I don't even have my shield on me or my morning star.
Listen, I'll just throw it to you. It's okay.
I don't have my weapon on me.
Well, welcome back, everybody.
That is a later problem.
No, it's a now problem. Cecilio. This is not a surprise tool that will help us later.
We will we'll get to that in a second. Welcome back to another session of Seas of Sand, everybody. Apologies about that chaotic start. I had already clicked on mute when they started talking. But welcome. What?
Tell me about
it. Welcome back to Seas of Sand. Bookkeeping. I think sessions this week will probably be okay. Tomorrow will be fine. The Tuesday that I play in on a different channel, that'll be fine. And then Wednesday, I'm not quite sure. So that's the only thing that I have to add. Not too sure about Wednesday, but I'll talk to them and I'll make an announcement whether or not we're doing something that day. Just because that's getting a little close to Christmas, so you never know when people are going to be a little more busy around that time. And then the weekend after, so next Sunday, the Monday, and maybe the Wednesday after that, that'll most likely be busy. So expect there to be less streams around that time. But I imagine you guys are all busy as well. First things first. We have to do, I'm trying to remind myself to do this. Channel point check. How many channel points does everybody have? I've already got 2 numbers written down from a different stream, but different people come to different streams for different campaigns, so I need to just trying to get a general sense.
I'm just so sexy.
Okay,
what can I say?
How do you have them?
The highest we got so far.
I don't know.
The highest we got so far is 78k.
That's fine. Who is that?
Who has that?
I don't remember.
Well, find it.
Is it Senin?
It was either Senin or Tasty. I forget. One of them said it.
I think it's Senin.
Tasty, you're in here.
Because Tasty.
If it's Tasty, then Tasty can confirm.
Tasty hasn't.
Tasty
God,
confirm.
has Tasty really been here for 7 months?
Really?
9 months. I'm a liar.
Yeah.
That would be me, but I stopped.
See, I have Prime, so I don't have to.
And then
I don't have to.
A 4.4 and a 5.2. Okay, so there's kind of there's a pretty wide range. I'm trying to see like who has the most and how much that number is, so that I can kind of set a general scale for what we want to start utilizing some uses for channel points in the future. And I just kind of want to get a sense of what our economy is looking like.
What do channel points do for you? Like, are they just perks for us?
Yeah, they're more for you guys. They let you unlock emotes. You can highlight your messages if you want them to be seen by everybody. You can use them to unlock random emotes, highlight your message. You can modify emotes as well.
Nice.
By like adding little
I do it all the time.
Sunglasses to them or flattening them, things like that. Like it gives me infinite of them on my own channel. Like that.
I see.
Yeah, like that.
Nice.
But, so yeah, they're for you guys. 79. Tasty has 79k now.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, Jay, I had another question about the whole way that Twitch works. So, for the sub, I can like. Okay, this is supposed to be a surprise, but for Christmas, I was like, I'm gonna do something for Jay for Christmas. So for the other tier sub, what does that go to you, or does that go like to Twitch? Like if I subbed at like a higher like cost, would that money go to you, or would it like not? Because I don't want to like be like, oh, here's a bunch of my money and you get none of it. So,
well, I honestly don't know how much Twitch likes us talking about that kind of stuff. I think that's more of a partner thing, and I'm not really a partner, but Still gonna just hold off. We can talk about this later.
Okay.
I won't bog down the session with that.
I just want to know how much of my income is actually.
Well, you don't have to do
Going where I
anything.
want it.
Just
What
showing up.
percentage are you getting, Jay?
Just showing up is fine. Nobody ever has to give me any money, but anything you do give
No,
me
Jay,
just
it's a
goes right back
Christmas
towards
present.
commissioning stuff. So.
I don't.
It's a gift. I
Well.
can't just show up to your house with like baked goods like I do with all my other people I know.
Well, speaking of D&D, shall we get into it?
Yes.
I'm so excited to definitely die today. Today's
Did we
the
already
session
roll
I-
initiative? I forget.
I think so.
I think
We'll
Let's
have
roll
to-
again.
Actually,
Yeah, let's reroll.
That's a good point. I believe you did. I gotta flip back to my other page. I was on my channel points tally.
No, guys, I think we
Why
should
is
Yeah,
Fabella
there's some
squished?
rolls at
Why
9:40.
is-
I think that
I think
Why
we
is
should reroll.
Fabella squished?
you're squished. That's what's about to happen to you. You're gonna get squished.
Aiden, stop spending your freaking channel points on squishing Valbella.
You don't get you don't spend the points every time you send it.
No,
Yeah,
really? It's only a one-time thing?
You do it one time. Spend
I've never
900
done
of them to.
It like unlocks it for a few hours. I'm pretty
yeah,
sure.
to
Nice.
unlock a
Use it all
modified
you want.
amount.
So you've wasted 900 for like a few hours of flat. Alright, you better spam it.
Yeah, not the first time I've done it.
It's not. Also, if I'm muted, it's because I'm eating cheesecake.
Mm.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
All right.
birthday
It's-
cheesecake.
Mm.
So, Seas of Sand. Remember that campaign? I do.
No.
I
What happened
don't.
to them?
What?
They died. Where? in a mud pit.
Previously on the campaign Seas of Sand, the party are operating on behalf of the Merchant Prince, a very wealthy trading magnate in the desert city of Al-Zahar. And they've been assigned to guide and protect one of the Merchant Prince's merchants who works for him. A merchant by the name of Leandro Alhana. He's a perfume merchant who is making his way north through the desert to the oasis, Kasana Oasis. And the reason that the Merchant Prince has hired the party to act as bodyguards is something has been attacking his caravans in a coordinated effort that seems a little too convenient. And so the Merchant Prince wants to know who's doing it, why they're doing it, and wants it to come to an end. So the party has been making their way with Leandro, and who's breathing into the mic?
Oh.
Leandro and the party have been making their way north, and also joining the party are a few other interests who also wanted to head north. A young archaeologist named Elizabeth, and an herbalist who was going by Tasha, though has now revealed herself to actually be named Awala. Now the party has run into quite a few things in the desert. It's a bit of an arduous journey north, as the desert is a dangerous place. And after traveling for some days, they found that this particular day that we left off on, it was incredibly hot, even more so than the other days. There was an excess of heat on this day, so they were starting to get heat exhaustion. Some of them had not been eating and drinking as much as they could have been, as they were attempting to improve their food and drink rations. And so when the heat set in, they started to get quite tired. And so both, well, a lot of members of the party started to suffer from the effects of heat exhaustion.
Not me.
Say what?
And so, once they traveled for a little bit more and realized that the exhaustion was getting worse, they spied what looked like a mirage in the distance, and when approaching it, found that it was actually something real. It was a mud pit in the middle of the desert. with lots of nice cool mud inside. So they decided to take a little bit of a break to relax in the mud pits and help them cool off, which did wash away some of their exhaustion. But upon several botched investigation checks, they spotted some odd-looking rocks within the within the mud, but weren't able to discover much further about it. And then, upon giving up their little investigation, found that the odd-looking rocks rose up out of the mud and was, in fact, a giant undead elephant. And so that was where we left off on the last session of Seas of Sound, with this giant elephant appearing behind Ezekiel and Valbella as they turned back towards the party. I believe Lunette and Tsutsuli were arguing about the lantern when that occurred.
You and I are fucked.
Nah, I got this.
Ezekiel, please.
Hold my cloak.
Hold my cloak. Hold my cloak or you will croak. Thank you.
Oh my god, wait, can I use my new hammer?
Do you have it on you?
Probably.
I only asked because I
Absolutely.
don't have my weapon on me.
You jumped in there in your full armor and everything,
Yeah,
Ezekiel, so I would imagine
sure I did not take any thoughts
Exactly.
before just like falling face first in.
you didn't specify that you took anything off, so I would say you still have your weapons and everything on you.
There were no thoughts going on between Ezzy's ears.
Alright, flipping over to our other screen. So, Awala had just sort of slightly dipped herself into the mud pit, and Cecilia and Lunette were arguing amongst themselves about Cecilia's lantern, as Lunette wanted to take a bit of a closer look at it, as it has apparently some magical properties that we've seen a few times in the past. You can go back and watch the VODs if you want to see that. But as the two of you argue, you hear the sloshing of mud and water to the north, and you turn to see something rise up out of the mud behind Ezekiel and Valbella as they just sort of stare at you. And the two of you, Ezekiel and Valbella, hear this noise and feel the mud kind of sloshing against your backs as you turn to see this massive armored undead elephant rise up out of the mud. It's sort of half bone, half skin still. You can still see this kind of leathery skin hanging off of it.
Is it edible?
You won't know until you try.
Could we turn it into
Wait.
food?
Oh no.
Sankura.
The gang gets food poisoning is the name of this episode.
Hey, it would not be the first time. It's not gonna be the last.
Alrighty. That was me stalling for time as I pulled up the encounter because I forgot to do that.
Thank God, because it gave me just enough time to eat my cheesecake.
Are these the right rolls that I've written down? Where are these rolls?
Who knows? It's
Read
I
off your-
remember
read
that I
off
got
your-
a 20.
Read off your rolls for me.
The ones from last session?
Yeah.
Looks like mine was an 8.
I have no fucking clue.
I was a 20.
Valbella, you got
8. It looks like.
yeah.
And since you were a 7?
Yeah.
Okay, so
No,
that
we
was the
don't
right
talk
rolls.
about it.
That was the right roll then.
Ooh, your dice are golden.
Yeah, I paid $2.
God.
Rich asshole over
Do you
here.
also want I'll send you my credit card in
Can I have your
Send it to
social
me.
security number?
I'll bankrupt you.
What?
Wait. Hang on.
What
Jay
are the
also wants to know
3
my social
security
number.
numbers?
Well,
On the
okay.
back of
First
your
things first.
card.
Don't do that. um, did Deviant update something? Hang on. My encounter tracker looks different. What's going on here?
I don't know.
Why is it-
I'm not looking at it.
It's not like we look at your encounters.
An encounter tracker that tracks your health? Can such a thing possibly exist? I don't have to do it manually myself?
No.
Oh my god! Yay!
Let's see if that auto updates. If it does not auto update,
Confetti.
then it is an entirely useless feature, and I'm angry at D&D Beyond. But if it does auto update, then neat.
I can test it if you want. I'll delete some health if it shows up on your thing. Is that
Yeah,
how this works?
Do it.
Okay, hold on.
A rock falls from the sky, striking
Oh,
Cecilia
shit.
in the head.
For 4 damage.
Auto updates, nice. Okay, put that back.
Ooh.
I did.
Ooh,
It's back now.
this is a nice little update to the combat tracker.
Yay!
I don't have to manually type in all of your HP every single time we have a fight anymore. Amazing.
This is so great. Wow. Everybody say thank you, D&D Beyond.
No.
No.
It honestly should have been like
No!
the first thing that
Jinx,
that,
you owe me a
Yeah.
Coke,
that the
Valbella.
combat tracker does.
I said
but
it before you. What do
I
you
get
mean?
that it might be
No.
a bit of
Same
a
time on my side.
it might have been a bit of a complex feature to try to figure out how to get that to auto update based on you guys doing it. So I understand why it might have taken longer, but still, I'm just glad to have it now. All
Chat,
right.
did me and Valbella say it at the same time? Did I truly jinx Valbella?
I don't think you did.
Yeah,
I-
thank you.
Nah, you're all wrong.
Okay, so getting back into things. Now that the excitement has faded, let's get into it.
Get into it, yeah.
Okay, so as this giant creature surges up out of the mud. Oop, that's wrong. That's right. There we go. As this giant creature surges up out of the mud, first to act is Ezekiel with your 20.
Yay.
So you spin around. That's brutal, Ezekiel. You spin around and see this creature rising up out of the mud. What do you do?
Can I use my cool new warhammer?
Yes, you can.
Oh my god, this is the most exciting day of my life. Okay, do I just roll it like my usual hammer?
Yeah.
Cool. I got a 19.
Actually, you got a 20.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
These are some hot dice today. Hot dice.
I'm not correcting your reading. You read that right. I'm
No,
adding. I'm adding because you don't know what your hammer does yet.
Okay, no, yeah, you're fine. I assumed it was something like that. And then I got a 6 on damage.
You got a 7.
Awesome.
Uh-huh.
I love mathematics.
So you pull out your new beak-shaped warhammer and smash it into the side of this elephant that's now towering up over you. So you have to sort of strike at its leg. And you see it sort of splinter part of the bone, but the leg is quite thick-looking and rugged, so you don't manage to do much more damage than that.
I am now just remembering last session that I wanted to, like, be nice to the elephant, but I've decided that my warhammer actually was infinitely
I've
more
decided
now.
more.
So sorry, elephant.
Plan
a
abandoned
cool
because
bird
I
on
have
it.
I have a cool
Ezekiel
warhammer.
woke up and chose violence.
It had a cool bird on it. How could I not?
Imagine if this elephant was just like a really nice guy and you had to explain that you only attacked it because your weapon was cool.
I know. Because last session I was like, oh, this elephant has actually done anything bad. What if
The
it's
elephant
just like
just
a
looks
dude
down
being
at
a
you.
guy?
The elephant looks down at you. Why would you hurt my leg?
I think I would have to like leave this session.
Wait,
I think
wait,
I
what?
just
This-
got-
This reminds me of that one guy from
Fucking
Hearth and
Zolly
Home.
Guts.
Zolly
Yeah,
Guts.
yeah.
Everybody's
Zolly Guts.
favorite character in the entire living world.
Whose name I forgot, and everybody
Ruthlessly-
else shamed me for it.
Ruthlessly slaughtered in cold blood.
Wasn't that Flimp's idea?
Yes.
It was some type
Yeah.
of thing.
Blame Flimp. Everything
Rest in
is
peace.
fault.
Everybody pour one out for Zoligat as we move on. Is there anything else you want to do on your turn, Ezekiel?
No,
Oh, boy.
I think I will just stay here.
Alrighty. Well, the undead elephant is not particularly quick on its feet, as it is massive, dead, and covered in a thick layer of mud. But it is certainly faster than all of the rolls that you guys made. So,
God fucking damn it.
as you guys are bogged down by mud as well.
Come on, guys, I have heat stroke and I did this.
Indeed. So, the giant elephant shrugging off Ezekiel's blow will reach up with its sort of trunk covered in this metal armor with its spiked, and will let out a deafening trumpet. Yep.
Owie, my ears is.
Alright, Ezekiel Valbella con save.
God
Oh,
fucking.
boy.
Owie, my ears is. What is that? Oh, a dirty 20.
Alright. Ezekiel?
Wait, sorry, what?
Con save, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Oh wait, that was the wrong one. Okay, it was a 15.
Alright, both of you saves, you only take 4 thunder damage.
Hey, he stole my gimmick.
It's okay because he's a cool elephant.
No, it isn't.
I like watching it auto-update. This is nice. This is so novel.
Chat, say hi. My kitty's in my lap.
Thank you, D&D Beyond, for finally getting us that update. This is very nice. Alright. And that'll be the undead elephant's turn. So next to act is Lunette. As you
Okay.
hear this deafening trumpet from across the mud pit, what do you do?
Alright, first I want to get your take on something.
Mhm.
Shatter. It says a creature made of material such as stone, crystal, or metal will have disadvantage on a saving throw. Would you say a skeleton is close
No.
to that? No.
You
Otherwise,
tried.
it would work the same on you.
I guess. But,
You,
know,
do you have a skeleton, Lunette?
Well, there's flesh around it.
But do you have
And
a skeleton?
there's also
Lunette?
flesh on the undead elephant as well.
Not as much.
Valbella was about to eat it, so yes, there was.
Ugh,
Not actually.
okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I think. Yep, they're out of range. so
I'm
gonna-
probably distantly related to this thing. That would be cannibalism.
Yeah, I'm gonna center a. I'm gonna center a shatter right here to hit the elephant.
All right. What's the save
And
on
not
that save?
us. Wow, so considerate.
It's a 13 con save.
All right. It succeeds.
Okay. Half damage then. Oh no! 2 ones! Okay, so that's 4 damage. Son of a bitch.
All right. You see kind of small little cracks. Probably only really Ezekiel and Valbella can see this up close, but just tiny little cracks on part of the side of the elephant. But it just ignores the damage.
Alright, good.
Anything else, Luna?
Let's see, how do I do the thing again? There we go. And then I'll reposition a little bit. And that's it.
Very well.
Oh man, that was a second level slot for that. Oh.
The next act will be Valbella. Hello?
Oh, I thought Lunette was done. That's my bad. Wasn't done. I thought Lunette wasn't done. That's my bad.
Well, it's your turn,
Um,
Valbella.
Okay, cool. Hmm. That's an action. So that's gonna take up my turn. But I can still move. So, gang, would it be stupid of me to do a detect good versus evil spell here?
Well, we've already pissed it off. Because
What
my
if-
original
what if
We
he-
plan was
already
to try
kind
to
of have
do
to beat his
Okay.
ass already.
that
Okay,
was either
okay.
like bad or talk to it, but then instead I chose to smack it.
You
so-
said no. Fuck you, actually. So I am
Aw.
going to. How far away is that? Because I want my shit. I'm so tired of fighting without. Fuck! Wait, if we do it from here, oh, then I can make it.
Yeah,
don't
if
know
we
how it
if we cheat,
works.
yes, you
Is that cheating?
can.
I don't know. I don't know. It's technically cheating. It will
Also,
be
don't
within.
forget that that's about 10 feet up as well.
Yeah.
A little bit less than 10 feet, but for combat
Um,
purposes, we'll round that.
hmm. Let's do. Mm, let's do a channel divinity.
All right. What are you gonna
Charlemagne, I'll take a channel divinity for 200, please.
Oh, God.
do? 200 what? What are you giving me 200 of?
I don't know. Death con? Save? I don't. Shut up! You're confusing me. No, no adding to my jokes because they're bad. Okay.
What channel divinity are you using?
We're using. Nature's Wrath, because Turn the Faithless is stupid at this point.
Okay.
Alright. Because it's not a Fae, and I don't think it's technically a fiend. Anyway, we'll do Channel Divinity. And we will. Yeah, we'll do that. So. Strength or Dex saving throw of your choice.
It's choice. Yeah, my choice.
Yeah. You're not an it. Or you haven't stated whether or not you're an it.
I think I will be choosing strength.
Okay.
Yeah, alright. So, it's definitely within range, so you turn towards it and see these spectral vines begin to sort of push their way up through the mud and try to wrap around the undead elephant. Alright. Strength. Saving throw.
There's strength because he has a fucking +5 in it, probably.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope you get a 1.
I rolled a 22.
With the... I guess it would have to
That's
be.
with modifier.
Damn it. Okay. Well, fuck, I guess. I'll move then, since that didn't. I'll go. I'll go here. Like right on the edge of the precipice. Oh, fuck, that's right.
So
Yeah.
as the spectral vines try to wrap around the undead elephant, you see it just kind of move and twist and kind of pull with its tusks, and it just sort of rips the vines apart, ignoring them, and it will not restrain the creature. So instead, you turn to make your way towards your equipment, and as you do, it will use its reaction to make an attack of opportunity on you.
I meant to disengage, but I didn't. I forgot that I could do that. Detail Schmeetels.
Well, you already used your action, so you wouldn't have been able to. Anyway.
Oh, okay. I'm a
Yeah.
fool.
You're a fool twice.
I think this is the 3rd time. I don't know. Who's keeping count? No
Uh,
one in chat say anything.
So that was the 13, but with your reduced AC, that'll hit you.
Oh, I can't run.
You'll be able to continue running, but you're gonna take some damage for it.
How much, Jay?
Well, I'm about to roll. That will be 11 piercing from its tusk.
Oh my god!
Oh.
Oh my god!
So as you turn your back to run from the creature, it lashes out with the tusk. These tusks have these sort of iron bands around them with spikes, and it just sort of buries one into your back as you turn. And yeah. But now you can move the rest of your movement.
Yeah, we'll go here. I am going to fucking.
Alright, if that is all Valbella.
At me.
Lunette, I swear to God, if you do not stop breathing in your mic, I'm going back
I'm
to range and I'm
not.
gonna... You are!
Well, I'm not trying to. I don't hear anything on my feedback. I have like a little feedback for whenever air hits it.
I can hear it.
Well, I don't know
Everything's
what's happening.
coming up green. So, I don't...
Alright.
It could be your computer fan too.
Oh wait, that's right. I did lower the input sensitivity for when it turns on. Hold on.
You can also just sort of maybe turn your head slightly to the side or place your mic slightly off to the side of your...
Yeah, I tried
Might
that,
help.
but apparently you guys can still hear it. I think that fixed it though.
It's soft, but I can hear, yeah. Alright, so if that's the end of your turn, Valbella, then we will move on. Cecilia, it is now your turn. You just
Yay.
saw Valbella get gored by one of these tusks as she turned to run.
Damn, that's kind of tough.
What are you going to do? Your lantern is still kind of sitting there on the ground, but easy to pick up.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick it up and I'm gonna cast Firebolt at it.
At the lantern or at the...
At the no, at the elephant. Definitely not at
Just
Alright.
kidding. Alright. Yeah, go ahead.
That's 22 to hit.
Yep. Yeah, that'll hit.
Figured. And that's 8, and then plus the 2, so 10 damage.
Alright. Then you see this burst of flame strike the side of the elephant as it lashes out, sloshing around in the mud. You can see some of the mud kind of dry in the spot where you hit it and crack off. Anything else to say?
No, that's it.
Yeah, I'm hanging out back here. I'm not going closer. Spellcaster
I
left.
have no purpose to get back in the mud pit.
But look how
I'm
how,
chilling.
how cooling and relaxing it looks. Don't you want to jump in?
Yeah, no, thank you. I'll stay out here where I can't get
very well.
bored.
Then that rolls us back around to Ezekiel. So Ezekiel, you just watched Valbella get torn up by one of these tusks as this creature now looms over you, focusing its attention on you. What are you going to do?
I am going to hit it.
With your Warhammer?
Yes.
Very well.
I got a 21.
Yeah, 22, so that will hit.
And a 5.
So a 6.
Cool.
Also, Ezekiel, don't forget some of your other abilities. Because I notice you don't use them a ton. And I imagine that's probably from forgetting that they exist.
That is definitely part of it, but it is also partly because I just really like my Warhammer. But yeah.
Well, you have an ability that involves your Warhammer. That's what I'm meaning.
No, yeah,
mention.
forget about those specifically.
Yeah,
Usually.
you should reread your War Priest before you end your turn.
Yeah.
Because that's something that you
Wait,
should be
does that
thinking
mean
about
that
on your turns.
Could I use my Warhammer twice then?
Yeah,
Or...
basically,
Okay, yeah.
basically a lot of the fighter kind of classes, like, well, obviously fighter and then eventually paladin, as they level up, they get second attacks. So then on their turn, they can just use a second attack. You as a war priest, since you're sort of a cleric that's sort of hybrid into a more martial class, focusing on fighting up close, it gives you this little expendable resource that lets you do that.
Okay.
So when you use your attack action, you burn those to use them as bonus actions. So you can technically attack twice without using an action twice on your turn.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
So if you ever wanted to use a spell as your bonus action, then you wouldn't use War Priest. But if you're just like, I need to do tons of damage and I'm right up close to an enemy, and you just want to attack twice in a row, that would be when you'd use your War Priest. So you get 3 of them per long rest, and so keep that in mind, that if you burn them all and then get into another fight later, then you won't have them. But I just wanted to remind you that they exist, because we've gone whole long rests where you've never used them.
Yeah,
so.
that's true.
I figured it's probably that you were forgetting, so I wanted to remind you about it.
Yeah. Maybe I'll use that now then.
Yeah, so as you can see, you just check one of those little boxes, and then this will be consuming your bonus action, which, unless you're using spells for that, you honestly won't usually use. So that's why it's a resource for you. So use your bonus action to add another attack, so just roll again to hit, and then if you hit, then damage again. So it's just like making a second attack, basically.
I have a 9.
Well, a 10. But that will not hit.
Alright. And then I would like to use my movement, probably.
Very well.
And run.
Alright. So it's already used this reaction to attack of opportunity Valbella, so it is not able to use that on you. So good choice.
I'm so smart.
Calculated.
Yes.
Stay put so that Valbella takes the hit.
It's all up here.
I'm gonna fucking kill you, Ezekiel.
No. Hey. It's just the heat stroke talking, I swear.
Alright, there was something I forgot to do because I always forget to do it. Oh yeah, these drawings down here. I hadn't scrolled down. Forgot about the drawings. I forgot to move your NPCs for you. I usually do it at the end of the turn order, but I forgot. So we'll do it right now, but they'll act after Cecilio from now on. Remind me if I forget, because there's a lot of NPCs. So Awala is going to use her turn to climb out of the pit and sort of move away from the mud pit. But she's not sure what your plan is, as you have not dictated anything to the rest of the group. So she will just stay put at the back. Elizabeth just kind of sees all this occurring and is going to make her way to the camel. Pancake, of course, everybody's favorite character. Who draws his sword, ready to fight. No, I'm just kidding.
I think at the end it should just be revealed that
so
like, Pancake
baller.
could talk this whole time. The campaign should just end with like Pancake monologuing.
I mean,
It was all a dream, but pancake dream.
From Pancake's
I
point of
mean,
view.
listen. Some people do know speak with animals and haven't used it on him yet.
Who? Jay, who?
Who? Who could it possibly be? I don't know.
Who? Is it Ezzy?
Wait, hold on. Give me a minute. Doing some research right now.
AKA reading your own sheet.
I've read my
Hey,
sheet
Jay,
so many...
quick question. Quick
Yep.
question.
Is it...
Does my speak with animals only apply to snakes, or is
Yes,
it
it only
general-
applies to snakes.
Okay,
That's why
good.
you
I was
get
gonna say, I was like, I didn't think it was me.
I
Because
know
it
it's
says
not
innate skill,
me.
snake friendship.
Valbella,
so-
I'm
Valbella
like-
at the bottom of her list knows speak with animals.
No! Where? Where are you
It's
seeing?
on. It is on your list. I'm looking at it
Oh
right
my
now.
god!
Are you kidding me?
You tried to cast it on the rock cats. It just didn't work because they weren't animals.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna say,
that's
didn't we literally use it
right!
once? Like,
Oh my god. I think that because I used it once and it failed, I just kind of forgot that I had it.
you were like, that's
Oh
not real.
wow.
Garbage spell. You just threw it right out once it didn't
Well,
work the
I
first
guess
time.
I know what I'm doing if I survive this battle.
Alright, now I gotta
We're-
think of a voice for Pancake.
We're having a conversation, Mr. Cake.
I'm gonna make it really annoying so that you never talk to him again.
Oh my god. No, make him sound like Winnie the Pooh.
I don't know if I
Big
can do a
mouth
Winnie the Pooh
voice.
impression, but
Oh, please do.
Bold of you to assume that Jay is like a master impressionist. Like
He is. What do you
Could be
mean?
just a
What do you mean? He is. I don't know what you're talking
yeah,
about.
no, sorry, Jay. You're really was
He can do so many accents.
speaking of,
All perfectly.
his brain is so big.
Leandro calls out on his turn. What is our plan? Are we running or are we staying to fight? Well, you have not announced anything. You just sort of this creature appeared and you started fighting it, but nobody's really discussed what they're doing. So he's calling out, wondering if he should get Pancake moving. Are we running?
I think we should run.
We are-
Wait,
okay.
hold on. Okay, what if we tried giving him like a little kiss on the head and saying we're sorry?
No.
And Bella's just gonna point to the hole dripping blood in her back and go, as much as I would usually be okay with that sort of idea, I am going to die.
I'll give him a kiss on the head.
Should I get Pancake moving then?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, then he starts
Yeah.
to kind of usher Pancake. Since you guys need to go north, that's your destination. You're gonna need to make your way sort of around this creature. So he will start to usher Pancake around. They're dashing, so they'll make it about that far. And Elizabeth will kind of start to follow. She's not quite as fast though. So rolling back around, Ezekiel had his turn. So that's what they do during their turns. So next is everybody's favorite elephant. Alrighty.
Oh no.
I know it sloshes its way through the mud towards Ezekiel and will strike out at you with its tusk.
Epic.
As it did not recharge
Um.
its trumpet attack. First tusk attack. They rolled. Sorry, I was drinking. They rolled a 10, so that one will actually miss you.
Yay.
But it has multi-attack, so it's gonna get attack again.
Oh.
It's got War Priest too.
Oh no.
I'm just kidding,
He's
but
a
it does
cleric.
have multi-attack.
He's a sacred elephant.
The next one was an 18, so that one will hit you.
Nah. Okay.
And that attack will hit you for 9 piercing.
I think we're doing good.
You gonna die?
Nah, 8 health is a lot.
So Valbella, as you're sort of turned around to face this, to grab your stuff, you hear the sloshing get louder and louder as this creature runs up and hear Ezekiel get stabbed behind you. Lunette, you can kind of see this from the sidelines as you're up on the rock face. Even though you're kind of elevated from the rest of the group that's down in the mud pit, the elephant is still quite tall, so it's still sticking up above the rock face. What do you do, Lunette?
Oh, god damn it. Yeah, okay. She's very unhappy, but she's going in the mud to shocking grasp the elephant. Because, I'm gonna assume from the art that the metal armor is accurate.
I did say it was wearing metal armor, yes.
Well, that means I have advantage on shocking grasp.
Very well. Yeah,
21.
21 will hit.
2 damage. But the more important part is that after Shocking Grasp, the target can't take reactions until the start of its next turn.
Very well.
And then I am getting as far from this spot as I can, so basically right here.
Yeah. So you dive down into the mud and place your hand along one of the bony legs of this giant elephant, and the rest of you see lightning bolts just kind of crackle up its leg, and you see the entire massive elephant sort of shudder. It doesn't really cause any damage, but you can see these sort of lingering little lightning bolts jolt every once in a while that make the elephant shudder.
Get the fuck out of there!
Who are we talking to?
Just, I mean, Ezekiel specifically, but...
Well, as Lunette clambers back up that rock face and scrabbles to the top to arrive up in the desert surrounding the mud pit, Valbella, you are standing at the edge of that rock face too. What do you do?
I get my shit. Yeah, I want to put my stuff on.
I'm assuming you want to put your armor on, yeah?
Yeah.
Now, I do have bad news for you.
No.
What's the bad news?
Well, you wear chainmail, which is a heavy armor.
Yeah.
And rules as written, heavy armor takes 10 minutes to put on. It's a little bit quicker to take off, but it does take 10 minutes to put on, as you have to fasten
And
everything
how
properly.
long, in terms of rounds?
I've been sort of
Jay?
fast forwarding that for you guys when you're not in combat, but you do need to understand that in combat, that is a very, very long time.
Yeah,
How
I mean,
long, Jay?
1
It's
minute
what,
is
like
10
60?
rounds.
1 minute is 10 rounds, and you are on round 2. So 1 minute would be 10 rounds. You're on round 2 right now. So as you can see,
Yeah.
very, very long time.
Can I at least get my shield and my weapon?
Yes, the shield you can grab, and your
No,
weapon you
just
can
run
grab.
away. I stopped its reactions. Just get out.
If you wanted to pick everything up, that's okay, but putting on your armor is the thing that takes 10 minutes because you have to fasten everything and get that all sorted. So just
No.
scooping everything up would be reasonable to do during your
I
turn.
scoop it and I throw it.
Okay.
No, just the chainmail specifically.
Where are you throwing it?
I don't know, just away.
Well,
I don't
you
want
got-
this motherfucker to step on it.
There?
Yeah.
Alright. I suppose you yell at Lunette to duck as you toss your chainmail
Yeah.
over her head.
Alright, time to fucking
What in the world are
bang,
you
bang,
doing?
bang.
So
It's going to take too long to put on! And I don't want that
Then
fucker
just
stepping on
leave
it.
with it.
Huh?
Never mind.
Oh.
to do all that, you would have had to climb up onto the
Yeah,
rocks. So that'll use about 10 of your movement.
that's fine. How tall is this thing, Jay?
The elephant?
Yeah.
I'd say probably about.
In terms of Volbellas.
Into how many Valbellas? Hang on. Well, that's a
Yeah.
different calculation. How many roleplay Valbellas, or how many?
How many
Or how many mechanical Valbellas? Because mechanical
roleplay
Valbella is like
Valbellas.
7 feet tall.
roleplay Volbellas?
How many roleplay Valbellas? How tall is
Yeah.
roleplay Valbella again?
10-4? 10-8? 10-4.
Oh my god.
One of the two of them.
Well, this thing's about 15 feet tall. That helps.
Okay, so about a Volbella and a half. Okay, so that actually helps me visualize this a lot better. So then...
Yeah, about 15 feet tall, but part of it's still submerged in the mud, and it's very, very large, kind of long ways too. It's just a big hulking creature.
So if I were to reach out to it, would I would you say that I perhaps would be able to hit it?
Well, it's being represented by the fact that its token is really big. So the
No,
ranges are still the ranges.
But I'm asking, like, is this because it's 5 feet from here, from here. It's not 5 feet from here, but does that still hit? Is my thing.
Yeah, it's 5 feet from the square that it does the measurement for you. If you measure to touch it, that's 10 feet.
Okay, no, I'm. Okay. Okay. Okay.
The measurement is performed from where you're standing, because don't forget that you also don't take up 5 feet yourself.
No, okay.
So 5 feet is that, 10 feet is that.
So then I can't hit it from here.
No.
Okay.
Ezekiel
all I wanted to know.
is within melee distance. You are not. Because the creature is so tall, it would be in melee distance if it was 1 square forward, because it's so tall. And it would reach up out of the mud pit. But if it was really short and down in the mud pit, you might not be able to hit it as well, because you're up on the rocks now.
No, gang, what is the plan here? Are we fighting it?
Yeah, it's...
I was good to run away.
Ezzy, so what's the plan?
But then you threw your armor, which is...
Well, okay, so I was waiting to ask until my turn, but I was wondering if, because I don't think I've ever used it, if my command spell would work on it.
Oh.
Because then I could just be like, wait a minute, and then we could run, or I could tell it to...
I think you did mention something about that last time, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, that was my original plan before I decided I really wanted to smack it. But, like, yeah. So, is it a creature that would work on?
You would probably have to test it to know. I don't think that Ezekiel has had experience with undead elephants, so this isn't the sort of thing that you would have done before.
Alright, I just wasn't sure if the spell, like, specifically had, like, I guess creature thing.
Yeah, if you read the wording and you don't think that there's any reason why it wouldn't work, then that's you operating on a hunch. But I can't confirm it for you unless you actually do it.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. Anyway, so
Val, couldn't you do
probably should try that, because then, like, I don't know. I don't really feel like killing it, and then we can, if it works, then that would make it easier for us to get away.
I mean, if we insist on fighting Fabella, couldn't you just do the big, glowy light thing and just be done
No
with it?
guarantee that it will work.
I don't know how it works.
Speaking to the choir, it's not like I do either. Okay.
So, Valbala, still technically your turn.
Yeah.
I would say scooping up your stuff and then throwing it is a lot of stuff to do all on one turn to sort of rearm yourself.
So, what are you saying then, Jay?
I'm thinking for a sec.
Oh god.
I'm usually pretty lenient about this stuff because I don't think it's incredibly exciting to constantly be micromanaging picking up and putting down stuff. But it is a lot. Equipping shield plus equipping weapon plus throwing something.
I'm just throwing it, like picking up and throwing the rest.
The throwing is what seems easy to do to me. It's also equipping all your stuff at the same time is what is a little bit rockier. I don't like to micromanage this stuff because I think it's boring.
Then stop.
But it's pushing it. I usually sort of hand wave it, but it's pushing it.
Okay. I don't know what to do then.
I'm gonna compromise. I'm gonna eat up your bonus action, but you still have an action.
That's fine.
Since I didn't really think about too hard about what it would use up, so I'm gonna take your bonus action from you.
Okay.
As a compromise, since I didn't think about it.
Oh, it's fine, I suppose. Okay. Could I? I'm going to expend. How many spell spots do I want for this?
Well, my vote is run away, but I mean, I'll stick around if you guys are.
I don't know. Like, Ezzy's gonna fight it. Stutz is gonna do whatever Leandra tells him to do.
Well, if Ezzy's fighting it, I guess we have no choice.
Well, Leandra has already started to
minute.
move the camel around in.
I said that I was not. I was gonna try to use my command and run.
Oh yeah,
If that
well it's
doesn't work,
stunned,
I'll
so you
probably
can just
like
go.
run unless it fights.
It
It
can't
is-
take any reactions, so you can just
Yes,
out.
it is stunned. It can't.
Okay, if Ezzy
Can't react.
plans on running, then I will too.
I do not want to kill it.
Okay, cool. Because I don't think we can, quite frankly.
What? Nah.
Okay, so then.
Oh, I'll kill it.
Okay, so then. Jay, I hate to say it, all that calculation you did was for naught. So I'm running.
Barrel.
And I will pick up my stuff on the way. Not put it on, just pick it up.
Well, that's gonna use your action.
That's fine.
So you're not gonna be able to do any dashing or anything like that. You're gonna.
I just love this mental image of Bella just going over to her stuff and.
There's just a moment of awkward eye contact with Cecilia, Luna, and Awala as you just sort of you chuck your armor and then go, wait, I actually wanted that, and then you run after it.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what happens. I'm bad at making decisions. They all know this at this point.
All right, so that'll probably be the end of your turn since there's not really anything else you can do. So Cecilia. The giant
Yay.
undead elephant has sloshed its way to the other side of the mud pit and is now getting a little bit close. Behind you, your allies have started to move their way kind of around the mud pit under the impression that you guys are planning to retreat. What do you do?
I can move and also take
Also take what?
an action. Like
Unless you're dashing, then yes, you can
Okay.
move and do that.
I forgot how D&D worked for like.
That's all right. So, sometimes I forget to.
So.
I know, I'm perfect.
Yeah. So, go this way. And I can go like.
What's going on with your ruler?
My ruler is very important.
Oh, you weren't snapped to anything.
Oh,
That's why.
I was gonna say. I was like.
I'm
it's
gonna
at the
snap you to
bottom.
that one because you're close to it.
Gross.
There you go.
Sorry. I guess I'll go here. But the worst part is I can't see the grid, so I'm just like guessing.
I'll make it more visible for you.
Okay. Thank you.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. It's hard to see out here.
Oh, that's a little bit.
I know where I need to go.
You know the way.
Yeah, I do. So I'm gonna go there, and then from there... What do I have that does the most damage? I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame, because... I don't know. Try. It's a dex of 13. Saving throw.
Dex not a elephant covered in mud strong suit. But it did roll a 15,
God damn it.
a 15
Okay.
even after it had its subtractions.
So... I guess that means it just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, since Sacred Flame is a cantrip, it's not one of those spells that still does damage.
Okay, well, then I'm gonna stand there like an idiot and do nothing else. So, yep, that's my turn. I waited for 45 minutes and that's what I get.
Alright, so Cecilia sort of pivots around the side of the mud pit. Awala will sort of follow suit as you start to do that, and she'll move around as well. She can dash, so she's going to get a little bit further than you, since she's not using any actions to do anything. Alright. There. And these two will get quite far. So they start to pivot around to the other side now that you've sort of drawn the the giant elephant closer to your end, they move around the left side of the mud pit towards the opposite end with the intention of continuing the path north after you guys retreat. That is everybody. I didn't forget anybody, right? Okay, perfect. So we roll back around to Ezekiel.
Okay, I want to try to use command.
Very well.
Yeah.
So you speak a one-word command.
Yeah.
You can obviously see it, so there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
It will be a wisdom save on its behalf. But what word do you speak while I do that?
That's a good question.
Since no matter what, you still say it out loud.
Die.
Even if the spell fails, you still technically talked out loud. So what do you say as I roll its save?
Well, yeah, I am trying to figure out. I could either try to like make it just stay still while we run, or I could try to make it run. So.
Flea's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, what if it flees in the direction we want to go
It's a good thought.
with it? And then like, also, then what if it gets out and it's like, gets all like,
You could just say
it
stop.
dies because it's not in the mud or something? I would no. I
Maybe
think
it
it's gonna
deserves to
stay.
die.
So yeah,
It's
it gives you those suggestions there, Ezekiel, but
Yeah.
technically you don't have to use them. You can come up with your own one-word command, and I just interpret what you meant by it. And you can explain. I'm pretty lenient, so you can explain what you mean by it, and I'll
Yeah.
determine if that's reasonable enough that it would understand that. But
Would like sleep be a reasonable command or something like that?
sorry, what? Sleep?
Like sleep or something?
I would say no, because that would sort of imply that it was using the sleep spell on it.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
It has to be sort of things that it can do.
Yeah.
So I would say sleep would be not really possible. You could just tell it to drop or to lie or something like that, like lie down. You could tell it to do stuff like
Fall.
Yeah.
that. Fall
I'm
or
gonna-
prone or something
Oh.
like that. If you wanted it to
Yeah.
lie down, if that was your sort of your intention, but you can't actually force it to nod off to sleep.
I think I'm gonna say like halt. I guess kind of like one of its suggestions, and then hope it stays there long enough for us to get a good head start.
Yeah, okay. So it did fail its wisdom save.
Yeah.
So the rest of you sort of hear Ezekiel's voice take on this sort of different timbre. It's got a little bit more strength to it. It almost sort of echoes unnaturally as he yells halt. And as Ezekiel calls out like that, you see the undead elephant just sort of stiffen and kind of freeze and straighten up a little bit, as if it wasn't really expecting that. But it does that on its turn, so you can still do what you want, Ezekiel.
Okay, and then I would like to flee.
Yeah, so you still got your movement and all that.
Yeah.
So keep in mind, moving from sort of like this square to this square, we'll use an extra 5 feet, just because you're climbing up there.
Yeah.
So just if you're moving anywhere that takes you out of the pit, just remove 5 feet from your movement speed, basically.
Probably like here-ish.
All right. So after calling out your command word, you scrabble up the rough rock face there and climb your way out of the pit. You already got all your stuff on you, so you're ready to go, even though you're still a little bit dripping with mud.
Yeah.
All right. If that's the end of your turn,
Mm-hmm.
then the elephant, on its turn, just stands there.
Yeah.
It does not move. It does not even look at any of you. It just sort of freezes where it was standing, still looking at Ezekiel, and just does nothing. And that will be the end of its turn. So that it is now your turn.
me see. Yep, just dash him the fuck out of here.
Very well. Expending your action to do so. Then I assume you're not doing anything else?
Nope.
Which will bring us to Valbella. The rest of your party is now all started to pivot their way around the mud pit. What do you do? As you
I follow
scoop your
with
armor
my
back
shit.
up.
Yeah, I follow with my shit in tow. I hear y'all motherfuckers dashing. I want to do that. I don't know what it does, but I want to do it.
Well, dashing essentially, it uses your action. So if you wanted to
Right.
still attack or cast a spell, you couldn't dash. Rogues can use their bonus action to do it, but none of you are rogues, so all of you will be eating your actions to do so. But it's basically whenever you need a boost of speed, you can forgo doing much else on your turn, casting spells, attacking, or anything like that, to double your movement speed, basically. So
Okay,
it would give
cool.
you, if you normally move 30, dashing eats your action but gives you 60 feet, basically. So that's why they were all running really fast all of a sudden, because they were forgoing doing anything. So Lynette didn't cast any spells or attack or anything, therefore she could use that action to dash and get further.
Trying to make the most of this.
Yeah, you can get to these ones and maybe even that one if you wanted to, but you probably don't want to. So you could go kind of diagonal across this without falling in. It's sort of, these spaces are a little close to the edge.
Yeah, I think this is what I want to do. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna
Totally.
sidestep Ezekiel. And then slide past Ezzy. And then I think here.
Yeah, it
I
was one
think
next to.
there's...
Yeah, it was diagonal of Elizabeth, so you're all good.
Cool. Boom.
All right. So,
I'm just carrying my chainmail
Yeah.
in my hand.
yeah, you didn't even sort
Mad.
of have time to fasten it to your back or anything. You're just carrying all of your stuff in your arms right now. And you just book it, sprinting right
Ladies,
past Cecilia
this
and
could
Lynette
be-
and Ezekiel. I'm just leaving like a cloud of dust. Like the road.
Yeah.
All right. So that's pretty much all you can do. Unless you're using any bonus actions.
Nah. All I've got is... Well, I could... I don't know how fast it moves.
Your arms are a little full, so you would have to drop it all to do much, but...
Yeah. Ezekiel will be fine. I'm sure he'll be okay.
So that will bring us then, if you end your turn, to Cecilia. Everybody's running in one direction, Cecilia. What are you gonna do?
But if I ran the opposite,
Cecilia, please.
I decide.
So just
Don't
disappears
be
into
quirky,
the desert.
please.
I'm
begging
going
you.
back to
back.
Al-Zahar.
He's like, guys, I don't want to do this. Can I go?
Screw
yes.
you guys, I'm going home.
He's gonna run. He's gonna dash. So he's gonna go all the way.
Don't forget you can hit Q or right click while you're doing all your stuff.
Yeah. Hold
To
on.
make little points there if you don't want to run in an exact straight line.
Runs right up next to the edge. You're like, oh my god, hey, how's it going?
There you go.
So we'll do that. Actually, that's good. Yeah. Feel him. He's just gonna be like, oh my god, hey, bestie. Yeah, that's it.
I should add, since last time we all learned about arrow keys movement, and that was apparently new to everybody, I should also add, you can measure while you're moving your character around as well if you want. Because I noticed sometimes people forget, they measure it out with the ruler and then go, hang on, wait, where was I? You can measure while you're holding your token too.
It's me. I'm.
If you click and drag.
Also me, I am also people.
If you click and drag to kind of move your character around, you can see where it leaves your character where you are as that little after image, and then you're dragging the token, right? If you just hit Q while you're doing that, it pulls up the ruler so that you can measure while you're dragging.
Wait, really?
No, it does not.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
While
my
holding
god, it
down
does.
while holding down left click, if you hit right click, that works too if you don't want to hit Q.
Oh my
Bro.
god.
Oh, it's moving my screen around too, so I'm actually not gonna.
Because you might have move screen bound to that.
Yeah.
So.
It is, because
You
it's
can't-
easy.
Well, you don't have to hold down right click. You just have to tap it. So just tap right click while
Oh.
you're doing that. If you hold down right click, it will move your screen.
Bro.
Because right click
Thanks,
holding
sweet.
down moves the map around. So just tap it and then
Yeah,
and then
that's
so
how
that-
I move.
That'll help you measure out if you need to make sure. And the clicking it again to add the little junction points in your movement to move sort of on different paths, that works while you're doing that too. So if you need to quickly measure, that's a really good way to do it. If you ever forget, wait, where did I go again? How far can I get? Just do it like that while you're dragging, and then you just let go once you realize, okay, yeah, I'm good. Then just let go. I figured I would bring that up since apparently some people didn't know that.
Banger tweet, as
I
Cecilio might
still love
say.
the arrow keys thing. How like I'm just running loudly, and everyone's like, "Why are you typing?"
All right. So Cecilio, you use your action to dash up next to Leandro. Typical. And
I'm feeling really called out right
there isn't too
now.
much
You didn't have to.
there isn't too much you can do besides that. So I'm presuming you're ending your turn.
Yep, that's it.
All right. Then the others will continue to make their way kind of back towards the group. I should get a little bit further. But Leandro's not exactly just gonna take off and abandon you guys since he is the furthest ahead. So he's only gonna get about that far before he kind of turns to wait for the rest of you. As Ezekiel is quite far behind, so he's not just gonna bail without the rest of you guys.
What a wuss.
So that brings us back to Ezekiel.
Yeah, I'm just running. No bonus action.
So yeah, the elephant was sort of stunned on its turn, but you can now see it kind of shaking its head, sort of waking up from the command word you gave it.
Is it a command I can use like multiple times? Or...
I mean, you can cast it again and it'll make the save again.
Okay.
But you use a spell slot every time you do it.
Do we know how fast it moves?
No, I was trying to figure out that on my turn, but I unless. So
I
if
mean,
the implication that it can only move like 10 feet, I guess that wouldn't be far-fetched, really.
yeah, because also just like,
It's huge.
yeah, I mean, if I'm just like thinking about it,
I
which,
think you would
like-
get out of its range in
Yeah, like,
using a dash.
considering the fact it's A, dead, B, covered in thick, heavy mud, and C, an elephant.
And also armor and like
Yeah.
deadly.
Like, I could always be incredibly wrong, but it seems like it has to climb out of the pit. And again, I have no idea, but I feel like it would be even harder for it to climb out of the pit than us. Because
Mhm.
elephants have silly little legs that don't do that.
Do they have
just gonna-
knees?
Yes. I'm like at least 8% that you need knees to like generally use your legs.
Yeah.
Maybe 9%.
Not if you're in Minecraft.
See?
That's the well.
I'm right.
All right. Yeah. So Ezekiel, what are you going to do?
Dash, homie.
Yeah, I'm gonna go here.
Are you gonna dash?
What does that do?
So
Adds
dashing
I know you
would.
just explained. I'm sorry.
No worries, no worries. I like playing with new players, so I never have a problem with explaining something. So never feel bad about asking. I will never get annoyed by having to repeat stuff because I get it. There's a lot of stuff, and sometimes not all of it is immediately second nature. So I'll never be annoyed if you need to ask about a rule or clarify anything because every once in a while there's stuff that I have to look up. So I'll never judge. So basically, dashing will eat up your action. So you wouldn't be able to attack or cast any spells that use an action on that turn. But it will give you basically twice your movement speed which for you will give you you're just 30. Yeah. So
60?
that'll give you 60 feet basically.
Cool. I will do that. I suppose.
Yeah, it's useful in situations where you're like, I don't need to attack or I can't attack, and I just need to get somewhere really fast. You will sacrifice being able to do much else in your turn to just use that time to sprint.
Yeah.
Jump into my arms, bird boy.
Yeah, so that gets you your 30 feet, and then you got another 30 feet from your dash, so you can measure that out and travel further.
Yeah. Cool. Alright, and
Not
that's
if
my
you have me
turn.
jumping in your arms.
I'm out of here. No arms for me.
All right. So the three of you are kind of pivoting your way around the side of the pool here, of this big mud bath, which rolls us back around to the Undead Elephant, which, shaking off your command spell, will kind of level its head and begin to charge at you guys once more. But as it reaches the edge of this pool here, which is, again, as I said, about 10 feet up, though the elephant is tall, it still needs to kind of climb it. And elephants lacking, well, opposable thumbs, as well as a lot of other things, because you imagine if elephants had thumbs. Also, it's undead, also it's wearing armor, also it's covered in mud. So all of that will compound into it needing to make a disadvantaged dex roll to climb out of here. If we compound all of those effects. Which it does not succeed. So as the elephant sort of charges towards you, kind of centered on you, Lunette, lowering its tusks to attack you once more, it reaches the edge of this pool and tries to kind of rear itself up to climb out, but some of the stones kind of collapse out from under it, and it falls over onto its side down into the mud pit. And it'll use the rest of its movement to just stand up. That's it. So it's now your turn, Lunette.
Fantastic. Okay, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Right click. Yep, somewhere up here, that's 50, I think. There we go.
Alright. So as with a loud splash, the undead elephant crashes back into the mud pit. You continue making your way north, now on the other side of the mud pit. And just a stretch of desert ahead of you. As Leandro and Elizabeth sort of wait for the rest of you to arrive.
Now that the danger is mostly past, she is now making a fuss about all the mud on her clothes.
Alright, Valbella, it's your turn. Valbella, are you muted?
Oh my god, it literally was.
It wasn't
I
me
don't know
for
why
me.
I said literally, but whatever. I was. Anyway, so if I go here and then I just fucking like body check Lunette out of the way for fun. I could pick up Bird Boy and make my way there.
Me and my hollow bones.
You and your hollow bones and your giant fucking warhammer. What? Don't you also have on really heavy armor too?
He does.
It
makes up for the hollow bones. It evens out.
Yeah, put me at like
Yeah.
an average human weight.
Yeah, Ezekiel, as much as I would love, oh shit, fuck. I think I was here, right?
Now, technically, according to D&D rules, it would be medium armor, but it's decently heavy.
Where the fuck was I? Shit. We'll say I was like here, I guess.
Yeah, I don't remember. That's your opportunity to move 1 square forward since I don't remember.
No, I wouldn't do that. I would, but no, I pick up Snake Boy. I drop him next to his lover.
What? Why are you picking me up?
You are carrying a lot of other stuff right now. It's not on you
Yeah.
or tucked away. So I would say taking off Cecilia is going to use an action.
I give Orla a little kiss as I pass her, and then also Matt, and
That's
then
your
one for
action.
Leandro for fun.
What are you doing to Leandro?
Giving him a little kiss.
No,
You mean a little kiss?
no.
You mean a little kiss?
Yeah, I'm gonna use
You're
up my
not allowed.
action. I'm gonna dash
Very well.
to here.
The kiss is canon, and Lunette is very confused.
Okay, sure, whatever.
The real
helps you
question
sleep
is
at
which
night.
one? Which?
All of them.
No.
Yes.
Girl Queen help! While Bella's trying to steal Leandro away from.
Help. Yeah, the lesbian is trying to steal your love from you. Got it.
So presuming that's all,
Yep, that's it for me.
then Cecilia, it's your turn.
I am gonna tell you what I do in about 30 seconds. I just had to switch my D&D setup because my furnace is not shutting up. Okay.
Guys, I have terrible news about hollow bones.
Oh god.
I just did some insane, crazy research. Birds' hollow bones aren't to make them lighter because they're actually heavier than most animals their size. Their bones are fucking hollow because they're an extension of their lungs, and they help
What?
breathe through their fucking bones.
What?
Bro.
Curse knowledge.
Which is,
Bro, I'm done.
I'm taking psychic damage.
I think this
Yeah.
I think this still applies to Ezekiel. Ezekiel just like doesn't breathe. It just goes.
Yeah,
Oh my
we
God.
noticed. We like one of us noticed like days ago that his chest
He just
never
doesn't move.
expands.
When Ezekiel breathes, you just hear like the sound that it makes when you blow over the top of a bottle.
No,
Ah.
Whistles through the hollow.
Oh, that's beautiful.
He's a
I
little
love
pan
that.
flute. He's a little fucking pan flute.
Yeah. Like it just sounds like an empty desert standing next to Ezekiel.
Oh boy. Well, I'm gonna basically just move next to Valbella, and that's gonna be my turn.
Very well.
Oh my god. Hi, best friend.
Get away from me.
Oh, okay.
Covered in mud.
And blood.
I'll be your best friend instead.
Yes. Except you of all best. She just vomits blood.
Wait, hold on. Ezekiel is actually built for the because it also helps to cool birds down. He does not have heat stroke. Sorry, guys.
Too late.
Oh,
I'm
so
just
Ezekiel
built for her.
having hollow bones is canon? Like, is that a
Retconning
legitimate
his
thing?
exhaustion points now.
I think it would just be really funny, especially considering that it does not change his weight at all. So it wouldn't change anything mechanically. It would just be like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you know
think
our
it's fine.
friend, this guy? Yeah, he doesn't breathe. That's pretty metal.
I think it's
Okay, well,
fine
to be
because
fair, no,
I wouldn't change
birds
anything
still
mechanically, but
breathe. It's just like because they breathe, but like it does more because there's a lot more space to take in oxygen. So it's because
Uh-huh.
their
biology.
Yep.
their bones are hollow because they have to fit all that helium. How else would they fly?
Yeah. Wait, that's so true.
All right, so
You
Cecilia,
cracked it.
as you make your way to rejoin the party on the north side of the mud pit, the other NPCs and your allies make their way. They're now ready to just make a mad dash and book it away from the mud pit. So they're just not going to do so without Ezekiel here. So you guys can tell them when you're ready to go, and you'll retreat together. But Ezekiel, it's your turn.
Nah, just leave him.
No, we're gonna wait
Oh.
for Ezekiel.
Guys, please,
Aw,
I'm going to
what
breathe
is
so hard through my hollow bones.
Oh god.
Okay, here. I am just gonna dash again.
Very well.
I love immediately forgetting where I put my dash ruler.
That's why we use the click and drag technique.
Yeah. Thank you.
See, this is like an actual tabletop, that'd be me putting my finger there on the square so that you can move your
Right
token.
here, you idiot. No.
You have to actively point it out.
All right, so you make your way up to join the rest of the caravan, who are now all prepped and ready to book it out of here once you arrive. So I think we'll give the Undead Elephant one more turn, and then Lynette, you can decide on your turn what you want everybody to do, since all
Unless
the
it
NPCs
can
are just
fly?
readying to move when you do. So we will move the elephant about there-ish, and
I
it's
was
going
going to say,
it's going to reattempt climbing out. So that will make a dex roll for it, which it also fails. All right, it collapses back in here, and does not make it out this time either. I guess that is appropriate. It did die in here after all.
yeah.
If it could just leave, then it probably wouldn't have died in here. All right.
That makes
so-
sense why birds sleep while flying.
So,
They do?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that's not important to the campaign. It's not. I'm not.
so
Yeah.
Lunette, on your turn, everybody's ready to go. The caravan is sort of grouped back up together, and Leandro is just sort of waiting for the signal for everybody to start running, and to usher Pancake into a faster little trot.
Yes,
So-
absolutely. Let's get the hell out of here.
All right, you're all a relatively significant distance, so by the time this thing rolls back around, you'll be another 60 feet ahead of it. As the groups sort of, we'll just move you all together since I think you're all planning the same thing, unless anybody has any alternate escape plan. If nobody has anything else that they're doing as you retreat, then I imagine you're all just moving as a caravan 60 feet each turn.
Yep, pretty much getting the fuck out of Dodge.
All right, then by the time this thing hauls itself back up, it's not going to be able to catch you.
Run, run as fast as you can. Can't catch us. We're the fucking caravan.
Not bad. All right.
Thank you.
All right, so you retreat as the sound of trumpeting and splashing fades into the distance, leaving the mud pit behind you, and continuing your... Everybody's all here. Perfect. I don't have to do anything. Continuing your journey to the north. Eventually, the mud pit disappears behind another sand dune. And now you are left to the quiet of the desert winds, with only your friends and your injuries to accompany you.
Mobella is taking like wheezing breaths. She's leaving a trail of blood
I was gonna
behind
say
her.
that too. Yeah, there's just a trail of blood leading all the way from the mud pit out to where you guys are.
Yeah, we need to stop and have that looked at.
Yeah.
That's, wow.
Yes. Whoa, Pancakes. We'll pause for a moment. And he pulls Pancake to a stop and allows
What?
you guys to assess your
Why are we
injuries.
stopping? She's got blood just dripping from her mouth.
It is not nothing.
I did what? Why are we stopping? I'm
You're bleeding.
holding her like self up.
Here, sit down in the sand. We need to take care of this before it gets any worse.
I've
Sit.
literal. Yes, ma'am.
So what is your plan for healing?
I don't know. Good question, isn't it? Can I?
Can I use? Oh,
No, go ahead, please.
I was just gonna offer to heal you.
Please go ahead.
Yeah.
If I don't have to
I'm gonna
expend my
use
lay on
healing
hand.
word on you for 8.
Okay, I'll take it. 18 isn't that bad. What does it do for my physical state of being, Jay?
It gives you hollow bones.
No!
Yes.
Curse of Hollow Bones!
Yes.
Any
Yeah,
person healed by Ezekiel
you have
hollow
you have been
Oh god,
cursed.
it's Anthrax
I think if
Man
a
all
creature
over
10
again.
feet tall had hollow bones, they would collapse under their own weight.
Actually,
for
hollow
sure.
bones are stronger than normal bones. So I'm gonna become a bone expert after this.
So the wound begins to heal slightly and kind of close up, accelerating some of the healing on it. Valbella, it didn't hit anything vital, so you're not in horrific condition at the moment. Though you're still a little bit battered.
Um,
But
cool.
no longer actively bleeding all over the
Oh,
desert
thank
sand.
God. So I can just wipe the blood from my mouth and raise my arms and just kind of stay with power like as he. I will be fine. Everything is fine. My guts are not spilling out of me. We're fine. We can keep going unless somebody else
Mamma
needs
mia.
to be.
No, we should keep going.
I agree.
Alright.
This is where we find out 10 sessions later I've been mortally poisoned.
We can rest if you want, or we can continue. I know we
No.
need to make a good time, but if
We
you
No,
can
I
need the
keep
think
rest,
going.
we
It
can.
is fine.
We need to keep going.
All right, very
I
well.
am in agreement. She fucking hoists. Actually, before we fully leave, I'm gonna put my armor back on.
Yeah, you can take the
Oh
10
yeah, I'm
minutes to do
also
that.
gonna try to spend some time cleaning myself with prestidigitation.
Yeah, it takes a little bit longer because there's a lot of mud, but eventually
Mhm.
you get it done. And Valbella, it's a little bit uncomfortable to put your armor back on once you're kind of caked in mud, but you do get it on after about 10 minutes of struggling. Owala helps you strap some of it on.
Oh, well, isn't that just romantic? Yeah, I use Pancake. Like, I just lean against Pancake the entire time. Oh my god, I'm gonna talk to him. Yeah. While I do that, while I use him to walk, I'm gonna talk to him. Oh my god. I feel like I tried to do that before and it didn't work.
You tried it on the rock cats. You never tried it on.
No,
Pancake.
I swear I thought I tried it on Pancake.
I feel like I remember us having a funny voice for an animal someone was talking to, but I don't remember if it was Pancake.
Yeah, I don't remember. Oh, you talked to the snakes. That's what it was. Cecilia talked to the snakes, and there was the
I
voice
talked
for
to
that.
that's me. That's my talk this
Mm.
That's what we might be remembering.
banger tweet,
Maybe.
guys.
I mean, I need to BRB because I realized at the beginning of
Actually-
combat that I hadn't fed my cat yet.
Actually, let's take a break now. That's a good
The
good
wag.
opportunity.
Fantastic.
We're an hour and a half in, well, an hour and 40 minutes, but we're about halfway through. So let's use this opportunity to take a little break. So a couple minutes, and we'll be right back. Do what you need to do. Go to the bathroom, get a drink, grab a snack, and we will be right back. Alright, is anybody back? Gonna take that as a no.
Uh,
I was just asking if anyone's back. But it seems like we're still missing people, so that's alright. You can take that out. It's so high res. Makes me laugh every time when I make it really big. It's just so high res. Chibi's emote. It's so good. Alright, we'll let them come back to that.
God damn it. I hate this.
I finished my rendition of an elephant with hand feet.
Oh, god damn it.
No.
Please.
please share.
Really-
Please
it's
share
really
with the
like
class.
2 minutes
Please
that-
share.
yeah,
Please.
Please
no.
share with the class.
Okay, hold on. Let me photograph.
Please, no.
I need no.
Please.
I need no artistic judgment. From
No,
like 2
you will
second
get
We
none
elephant.
never
here.
artistically judge you,
You
ever.
will get none here.
Ah!
Welcome back.
Putting this on
No,
my
I'm
college
not.
application.
Hello, girl queen.
Oh, these pumpkin spice cookies are busting.
Dude,
Oh my god, they were so
Charlie
good.
made on the map.
dude, when you gave me the bag of cookies yesterday, I pulled out one and I think it was a pumpkin spice cookie. That shit
It is the
was
greatest thing I've ever
fucking
had.
so baller. Like, god fucking damn.
I turned the lights on and it turns out this sketch was bad, but I will still send. I was drawing in
send
like
it.
utter darkness.
Okay, to be fair, let's be honest with ourselves. It is an elephant with feet.
It's an elephant with hands for feet.
It's not bad at
I
all.
have never
But where is it?
I am so upset.
It's
Imagine
What is the
that
largest
thing's-
possible area forever?
gross.
Imagine that thing
on
just
my calc homework,
skittering at
actually.
you.
Oh, I
Imagine that
hate
thing
it.
just
You see that?
Oh, I
skittering
hate it.
through.
You see that in an alleyway at 3 a.m.
That's a
What do you do?
fantastic sketch, and I hate it.
Is this canon, Jay? Is this what the elephant looked like?
I
We-
think for the
Like
sake
we
of
never saw it. We never saw its feet because it never got out of the mud. But
Yeah.
if it had, it would
It's
just like
one of those
wiggle
audience
its fingers at
interpretation
us
things. Who knows if
Like-
it had hands?
in a
No,
really
if it-
upsetting way.
If it had hands like that, then it would have had an easier time getting out of the mud pit. So, for the sake of all of our sanity, I'll say that that's not canon. But I do love the drawing,
Gotcha.
and it is incredibly cursed, and also I hate it. But
Fantastic.
very well done. I hate it.
Oh
That's
my-
all I have to
Only
say.
emotion my art ever tries to inspire.
Amazing. Thank you for that. All right, so Dungeons and Dragons. Let's get rid of that guy. So you take a moment to rest while Bello pulls her armor back on, and Lynette, you clean yourself off a little bit. I guess Sulia, you also clean a bit of the mud off as you wait for Val to strap her armor back on. But now, with things in order and ready to continue, unless anybody has anything else they want to do, then you may resume your trip across the desert.
I think Lunette'll help clean anyone who wants it while I walk, but that's what she
Could
was
you
Help,
clean me,
please.
Lunette? I want my clothes to be white again.
Yeah, she'll try to clean Suts and Ezekiel while they walk.
Covered
Suits
in
never
the
says
ick.
please, but he's saying please right now because
He
this is the
developed
worst
manners.
experience. Yeah.
My clothes were so nice. Now they're so ick. Had a moment of clean weakness in the heat.
All right. Then you continue your way through the desert. Does anybody remember what time it was when you arrived at the mud pit? I think it was at least past midday, but I forget if it was like more evening or what. Does anyone remember?
I thought
should-
it was like still like day-ish.
I should write this
Like
down, but I won't. I think it was
Sure.
not. It was definitely not like nighttime or anything like that. I don't think the sun had gone down. But I think
yeah.
it was probably after midday, probably a bit between midday and evening. So we'll say it was about 3 or 4 when you're at the mud pit, and then you relaxed there a little bit, then ran away. And so as you travel a little bit further off into the desert, the heat continues, but you did manage to ward some of it off, so you're doing a little bit better after your excursion in the mud pit. So I won't make you make any more Constitution saves in that regard. Double checking notes. Was in the other tab. Ooh, there we are. Desert notes. How many notes do I actually have? Yeah, 962. So you can understand why sometimes I have to flip.
Oh my
Oh
god.
god.
I have almost the same amount of notes as I have maps in this world. So, yeah, lots of notes. So sometimes I need to find where I was at. All right. Oh, perfect. So, as you continue kind of towards sundown, the desert begins to cool off a little bit. That intense heat that was occurring today breaks eventually as the sun begins to set, and the desert around you begins to get a bit darker. And so, previously you guys were taking a little bit of extra time during after sundown to travel a little further. You were trying to make up some time. Just to remind you, is that still your plan?
I would like to do that.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
I think you said just
I
another
am
hour.
sick of being in the desert.
Another hour or two later, to make up some time.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. All right. Then, let me adjust the notes. Perfect. Very good. Then, eventually, you travel a little bit further as the desert begins to get darker, but it's a welcome relief from the heat that was occurring today. But after traveling a little bit further, it does eventually turn to night. And having traveled the amount that you wanted to try to make up some of that time, Leandro eventually suggests that you should make camp.
I agree.
Unless anybody wants to
Yes, please.
travel through the night.
I suppose.
Have we caught up? Is that like
I believe you got a bit closer. Yeah, you've made up some of the
Okay.
time. Yes.
as long as we're not adding more time, I don't care.
No. You've already started to catch up for tonight, but unless you want to walk all night.
No. Definitely not.
Okay. Then, you're not-
Valbella and Ezzy need to eat more.
then you won't be gaining any
Uh-huh.
more today. All right. So as you
Our little
set
Dragon Age
up
camp.
camp for the night, let's turn it over to nighttime. All right. So Leandra just sort of unpacks a few things from Pancake as you set up your camp here. Provisions that you might need for the night, and you spend some time setting up the camp and tending to a small fire if you want to. I guess you don't have to set up a fire.
No, I will set up a fire. Fuck.
I'm going to. Oh no, I plan on talking to Pancake. Don't worry about it, Bessie.
I'd like to establish that once everybody's done, like unpacking or whatever, Sutsui is practicing with the flute that he got tomorrow.
No. He has his moments.
Yeah, when he's
God,
not
it's
being a
gonna sound like
bitch.
it's gonna sound like a second grade recorder class in here.
I hope it
No,
does.
He doesn't suck. God.
Izzy actually time travels to get some soundproof headphones.
This is where we reveal that all along, Ezekiel was a time traveler.
Yeah.
Holy
guys,
shit! That's why he has
in the
hollow
future, they
bones.
decided it. Yeah, I was gonna
That's
say in
why
the
he
future
has
they
hollow
decided that
Yeah.
it was actually evolutionarily superior to like breathe in your bones. Society.
Bro, breathable bones.
Yeah.
Ayo.
Give it a couple
Ayo.
hundred years and you'll all be like that.
No.
I am glorious evolution.
All right. So Cecilia plays away on his little flute as
Little flute boy.
as the rest of you finish setting up camp and may do what you wish. So
I
is there
talked to
anything that-
Pancake.
Very well.
Okay,
So,
gotta cast that.
I'm presuming you just don't just speak at him and that you cast speak. with
Right,
animals.
yeah, no, I cast. I do some funky little hand jargon.
All right. You cast. You cast speak with animals, and what do you say?
So, what is your opinion on all of this? She gestures vaguely, looking at Pancake.
Pancake just sort of pauses and just sort of stares back at you, and then just very slowly in sort of a deep voice. Desert travel is normal for Pancake.
Oh my
So
god!
special to me.
I love him.
Holds gently.
He's our little
Brunette.
scrunkly.
Oh, that's grunkly.
Double tap when if you.
You know, you did. Your voice is a lot deeper than I imagined it being, but that is okay.
Pancake's voice is Pancake's voice.
So true, Pancake.
So
Oh,
true, King.
yo,
So
So
true.
true, King.
So true,
God has
King.
spoken, guys. Everybody go home.
Do you and Leandro, when you make these desert treks? That's the word. Do you often run into things like, I don't know, rock cats or undead elephants?
They don't. We're just stupid.
Yeah, probably.
Dangers aplenty. Indi Imhara. Leandro and Pancake run away from danger. Not toward.
I just realized Lunette's tiny.
I'm gonna get used to it.
There we go.
That is so wise of you. I think that we could all learn a lesson or two from you, Pancake. As far as like riding on your back goes, does that bother you very much?
No. There is
Yay.
space on Pancake back.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you didn't feel like exploited or whatever. Can I get your general opinion of the group?
Noisy.
True.
So
True?
King.
Any
That's so
troopers
true,
in
King.
chat?
Pancake, are you /serious or /J?
I mean, as long as you're okay with traveling with us, I suppose that is fine.
It is fine.
Because both Pancake hated us.
Is it
I
fun?
wouldn't.
Are you having
I would
fun,
cry.
Pancake?
I would cry in real life.
Guys, off topic. If I do anything weird on Roll20, it's not me. I just spilled water all over my keyboard.
Guys, that was hack, guys. That wasn't me, I swear.
Suddenly, a flood hits the party. Water cascades across the group.
No, I
Flood
didn't
in
think
the
I was gonna kiss
desert.
Leandro. No.
No. So I have
The
literally
desert
no
goes
idea what
back
to
to
do.
being an ocean like it once was.
To answer your question, Valbella, Pancake just says, desert travel is fun, yes.
I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. And she
Pancake
just gives
like the desert.
crying. Forget what? Valbella just gives his nose a little rub, and she goes, "You are amazing. Please never change." And she goes over to, I don't know, probably sit next to Cecilio. She's crying.
Yeah, he just answers when you say that, and as you turn to leave, he just says, "Pancake is pancake."
So true, King. So true, King.
When I say a cleric, it's my religion is actually pancake.
I sit in the sand.
So have you figured out what the little doohickey does yet, Soots?
I don't know. I'm on computer right now.
His house is
Um,
flooding, actually.
Oh my god. Crying.
Okay, I think I should be okay. But I spilled it right on my keys.
Such's response is just like a gurgling noise.
It's okay.
Just put
I
it
have
in.
paint in
Put
my
it in.
keys and they still work.
Jay,
so, like...
talk to them about the flute. I got work fixed.
So as Cecilia sort of plays the flute, ignoring all of your questions,
Yeah.
just jamming away on his little flute. He's caught up in the music. The rest of you can sort of hear that
Set me
it-
free.
it does have this sort of this vague hissing noise, sort of overlapped with the usual tones of a flute. It sounds very breathy to the point where it's almost a hiss. And it sounds a little bit familiar to you. It's pretty similar to the time when you've heard Cecilia speak with snakes. It sounds a lot like that sort of hissing. But it's definitely a lot louder than Cecilia just sort of hissing quietly to the snakes that are Awala's hair. It sort of echoes across the desert dunes as you listen to it.
Wow, that's a shitty flute.
Oh my god. Jesus Christ.
I didn't say
Stop bullying me. I don't
it. I
deserve it.
did it.
I heard you. Also, I think my computer is fine.
And as Cecilia is just sort of playing the flute, there's sort of a sense of magic to it. Cecilia, make an Arcana check for me if you are
Great.
able.
Yeah, no, I can't. Yeah, I was just worried because I spilled it on my keys, and I was like,
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you should take care of that.
That's-
But if you're
that's
able
what this
to,
thing was.
if you're done and
I
able
got
to
a
now,
5.
all right.
Can I have
Um,
mystery advantage? Because I just
No.
no, no.
But Cecilia, you don't learn anything else about your flute. But
damn
one of the rest of the three of you can make a perception check. Just pick whoever wants to do it.
I have
That
a +3.
one! So did I.
Well,
So
I
I
think
got a-
Lunette
I-
decided for you. I said one
Oh.
of you. Lunette
Well,
made the
that
decision
sucks
for
because
you.
I got a
guys.
20, so...
No, Lunette.
That's how it is.
Then I guess we will try again another night.
Well, I mean, I was literally gonna ask if he knew what it did just so I could cast Identify on it anyway.
Well, then that might be all right.
Yeah, cast identify. Do it. Do
Yeah,
it.
give me the flute, you snake.
Oh, rude. Okay.
I need to
Don't
touch
break
for
it.
a minute, so I'm gonna-
He hands her.
Fantastic. And I'm gonna use my one ritual cast that doesn't add any time, so it's just 1 minute.
Very well. All right. So you take some time to sort of examine this flute, turning it over in your hands and sort of getting a sense of what it might be enchanted with. And as you sort of take a look at it, you surmise that the design of the flute sort of enhances the magic that it's enchanted with. It's been both enchanted, yes, with magic, but the actual shape and carving of the flute is what's kind of allowing that magic to work with it, and one would not work without the other. It is, as you examine it, it is Aarakocran in origin. It was not made by any Yuan-Ti. Though, as you examine it, it is designed to mimic Yuan-Ti abilities. In particular, the sway that Yuan-Ti have over snakes. Though, because this flute has this sort of resonance both from the magic and from the shape of it, it applies to multiple snakes at once. It is very much a snake charming flute in a literal sense of D&D charming.
Great.
So where Cecilia might have to individually cast charm on individual snakes, this applies to multiple at once in an area of effect instead. And the only thing that would be required for it is just continuing to play the flute.
If somebody else played the flute at me, would it work on me, or do I not have enough
That'd be
snake
something-
for that to...
Let's find out.
That'd be something you'd have to experiment on.
I do have the flute.
Lynette does have the flute, and it seems like something she would do, so Lynette, I give you permission to do that.
No, your mouth spit on it. Gross.
Clean it off.
Actually.
Valbella
Just
takes
clean
it
it.
from Lunette.
I literally have magic cleaning, but I don't care. Your mouth spit on it.
Valbella thinks this is just a game of pass the flute, so she takes it. She's like, "Oh my god, my turn! It's my turn,
Literally.
guys."
It's baton pass.
Well,
Yeah.
Cecilia, you do have experience with flutes. It is sort of something that you enjoy, so...
Yeah, does anyone else know what a flute is?
I don't believe anybody else has really any musical expertise at all.
You guys suck.
Oh my God.
Never mind flutes.
I
So
mean,
I'm gonna try to
Okay.
play it.
hear me
Oh
out.
god.
It's
Um,
hollow, like
Like your bones.
like say perhaps.
So, anybody else would be making performance checks using it? Cecilia,
I'm
you do not have
gonna-
to because of two factors: the fact that you already understand how to speak Yuan-Ti and how to perform such actions as to have sway over snakes. So it sort of enhances your existing ingrained ability.
Can I
as
try
well
to
as-
play
as well
it?
as you just like flutes.
Can I
Yep,
try to
he's
play it?
just
Because I got
a
a
fan.
17 on performance.
um,
I want to try to play it.
yeah. So you play it. It doesn't sound terrible, but it's not exactly
But does it do anything to
an
Cecilio?
amazing performance. It does not do anything to Cecilia.
Damn it. Okay.
Oh my god, I would also like to use it.
Oh my
I
god.
would like to do absolutely nothing.
Oh my
different
God,
when I use
Ezekiel, are
it.
we about to kiss right now?
Ever-
No.
you all wake up the
talking.
next day and you all have a cold.
We all have money.
And
We
not
love
We have
Lunette.
COVID actually.
Luna,
You all
are you
have,
saying that you don't want to kiss me right now?
God, I don't want to be
Uh,
here anymore.
Not really. I'm really into this pizza though.
Cecilia gets up and walks away.
I was expecting someone to make a Tyler the Creator
That
joke.
was not. That was not in character.
Not the
way.
characters, though, so she just left for some reason.
Oh, okay, well, he's back.
All right.
He's saying, that was a character who would have left.
Okay, so you get a bit of a better sense. I'll now actually add the item to your inventory, so since you know what it does. now.
Yeah. Item. Item.
Let me find that. Is there anything anybody else wants to do before you head off to bed? You talked
Nope.
with.
Sleep time.
Very well.
Okay, no one wants to go on my
Can I get my thing back, please? Flute.
Oh yeah. Yes. Sorry. She hands it back.
Tense time.
into the tent. Time for tent. Time for to tent. Set be free to the music. That's the song that I'm gonna hear in my head every time Cecilio plays the little flute.
No.
There you go.
No,
It's a good.
he's playing
a-
Careless Whisper every
No.
single time.
No,
No, actually, he's playing Hot.
Every
He's playing hot.
hot cross. And they're just like, wow,
over
he's
and
really
over
good.
and over, just like for hours. And
Yeah,
we just
and they're
have
like,
to,
dude,
listen
stop.
to it.
Okay.
We're like
Somebody
crying,
punches him in the
like, on our
face.
hands and knees.
You turn into bed. Are you letting the fire burn, or it's not like you're gonna burn down the forest out here, so you can if you want.
Yeah, we're
We'll,
leaving.
we'll manage somehow to do
It's
that.
for pancake. If
We
pancake
do
gets
the.
cold
We
in the
also
night.
do the guard shift, the watch shifts. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, that's a thing. Remember that?
As
We haven't
as
been
he
doing those the other night.
volunteers to take a few shifts. I
Does he
guess.
do be at the bottom of the map?
Yeah,
It's-
Ezekiel, where are you sitting
Oh,
for
yeah,
your,
I
for your
forgot
guard
I
shift?
should
You're
move,
kind of hanging out all
actually.
the way over there.
Sometimes I forget that we have a thing that can move, but it's okay.
All right, Ezekiel, if you're taking your guard shift first,
Yeah.
as the others sort of gather in the tent to drift off to sleep, are you taking your guard shift from inside the tent?
No.
Okay.
No, hold on. Hold on.
All right,
I'll sit with Pancake.
then
Me and my bestie.
yeah, sit next to Pancake. He was just kind of quietly chewing on some shrubs that are growing nearby the tent that you set up. And you keep watch as the fire kind of burns a little bit low in the night. All right, need to take care of something.
Oh no.
Every time I say that, it's the easiest reaction to provoke. Everybody goes, "Oh no!" As soon as I say, "Just one moment, please. Hold on, hold on."
Hold on, guys. Let me
It's
just pull out the
scary.
next model
It's so
piece.
scary.
Hold on, guys. Let me just add some hands to the next elephant.
Okay. So, Ezekiel,
Mm-hmm.
as you sort of sit here, an hour or two passes into your watch. They usually take about 4-ish hour watches, and it passes in silence. As after the sun sets, everything is quite dark around you, and there's nothing really but the fire to illuminate the dunes. Though I think you have dark vision.
I
Yes, you do.
do.
Yeah, so you can see
Yep.
kind of in shades of gray the surrounding area, but in a desert, it sort of just looks like a big mass of just gray nothing beyond your camp.
Awesome.
And as you stand watch, an hour or two passes by, and then just quietly in the distance, you hear what sounds like a vague snarling. What do you do?
I would like. Well, I mean, I guess I never unequipped it. I would like to take my weaponry and kind of like go towards it.
Yeah, I imagine if you were just kind of
like,
sitting
to
watch,
investigate.
you maybe wouldn't have it like on you if you're just sitting down next to Pancake, but it'd be sitting next to you. So yeah, you grab
Yeah.
your stuff and kind of gear up, ready to go.
Yeah, and I would like to like quietly go kind of investigate it, I guess.
Okay. You can make a
And I
perception
think
check.
Yeah.
You can make a perception check for me. Which direction are you kind of looking as you attempt to investigate? The snarling was pretty quiet, so make a perception check for me, and I'll help you out if you get a
All
good roll.
right. There's 14.
14.
Yeah.
Then from what you hear, The snarling sort of came from this general direction, though it's pretty hard to pinpoint as it was a really soft noise.
Wait, which? Sorry, the profile pics are over. Whatever. Oh, I see. Yeah. I see. Okay. Well,
Vaguely
I guess
northeast, though hard to pinpoint.
yeah.
Plus,
I'm gonna
Pancake
like.
is blocking a bit of your view that way, so.
I'm gonna stealthily like. Just I guess go behind the tent like.
Yeah, you
Up
can move yourself to
there.
where you want to go. Are you attempting to keep quiet?
Yeah.
Okay, then make a stealth roll for me.
Yeah.
Which will be with disadvantage since you're
Oh.
armored up.
Also a 14.
Alrighty. Then you make your way around here, and there's a little bit of rattling from your armor and gear that you're carrying with you as you sort of sidle your way along the tent, attempting to approach what might be making this noise. And as you sort of reach out here, you look off into the dunes in the distance, and you can see for 60 feet. It starts to kind of get a little bit more difficult to see past that. So make one more perception check for me.
No problem. Oh shit. 9.
Very well. Then as you sort of squint your eyes a little bit to try to see what's out there in the dunes, you see for just a single second a blurry shape too far away to distinguish, and then all of a sudden an arrow embeds itself in your shoulder.
Oh shit. Wait.
And you take. Hold on. Other page. Okay, good. I was right. You take 4 piercing.
Guys. I got 4 hit points.
Oh.
So that
Like-
sort of, with a thwack, finds a gap in your armor, and you feel that pain in your shoulder as that occurs. So, what do you do right now? Don't forget, talking is free. You can do all the talking you
Yeah.
want. Obviously, if you start to talk for like an hour-long conversation, I'll cut you off, but you're not really restricted for talking, for shouting, for whatever you want to do. So keep that in mind.
Okay. I am doing some mad thinking right now.
Yeah, you don't need. There's no rush. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
speed you along. You
Am
take your
I
time.
like? I'm not in combat, right?
You're
Well, like,
you're
if I'm-
very close to being in combat. I'm just letting you do something first.
Yeah, I'm just like kind of thinking about.
So
Actions
technically, if we consider it, it would be your turn
Okay.
if we want to sort of loose combat this.
I'm looking through my spells for a sec.
Mhm.
Oh wait, okay.
So you're sort of on the other side. I'm gonna keep describing stuff, but you can read. You're just
Oh.
on the other side of this sort of thin, kind of canvasy tent, as the others are sleeping within it. You're on the other side of the larger tent with Valbella and Owala in the smaller tent off to the side, and Pancake just kind of a little bit tucked around. You can kind of see maybe his butt a bit from where you're standing, but the tent is sort of fastened in place in between you and the rest of the party.
Okay, so like for the, just because I've never used this, but I've always kind of been, I guess, kind of curious of. So for thaumaturgy,
Maturgy?
Thaumaturgy.
thaumaturgy. Would that be like so you could use to like, I guess like more for this instance, like try to scare something maybe. Like, is that, I guess, kind of the use of it to like?
You mean, well, there's a lot of different uses for thaumaturgy. It's one of the cantrips that Prestidigitation, Druidcraft, and Thaumaturgy are cantrips that sort of take a bunch of vaguely magical things and combine them all into one cantrip, so that you don't need to waste all these cantrips on picking all these little minor effects. It's just sort of one cantrip that lets you do a bunch of lesser magical things. So depending on what you wanted to do with Thaumaturgy, you could definitely try to intimidate something with it if you wanted to, but it really depends on what you want to do, because there's a lot of different effects, and you kind of pick one. So if you wanted to make your voice really loud, then I suppose that could aid you in intimidating someone, but the spell itself doesn't necessarily trigger that. It just depends on what your use for it is.
Yeah. All right.
Because you could yell really loud, or you could make all the flames around you flicker in an attempt to be all spooky and ominous. So there's a lot of different kind of ways you could do stuff. Thaumaturgy is, I call it the haunted house spell, because it's just a bunch of effects that kind of give the general sense that
Like
you're in a
generally
haunted house.
vaguely spooky.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like cause unlocked doors or windows to open and shut, things like that. Like, it's just stuff that that ghosts spend their time doing in haunted houses.
Like, none of them really have like practical effects, and it's more just like
that's why they're all
mechanical
combined.
Effects, and it's more like
exactly, that's why they're all combined into one spell. It's a bunch of little things that wouldn't be worth it to use up a whole cantrip on, but when you combine them all, they kind of have outside combat or like utility purposes. For adding like little cool effects to you. So if you wanted to make your voice really loud, you could do that, like all sorts of stuff. And then I try to interpret into mechanics, so like maybe advantage on something, or a plus maybe to a check that you're making outside of that effect. But I try to use that cantrip to enhance other things mechanically. So it really depends on what you want to do, and then I would interpret that into the rules.
Okay. Well, I am not gonna do that before, because I'm not sure what I would do. So I'm going to use the detect good or evil thing. Probably. Wait. Or, no, wait. Well, actually, it's probably out of range, isn't it?
It's within 30 feet, and you couldn't see what shot the arrow at you. So, for all intents and purposes, they are most likely more than 60 feet away from you. Though you're not really able to see the exact distance. You not being able to see them estimates, they're probably at least 60.
Okay. You know what? I think I will use movement to kind of like not be in the immediate way of an arrow, hopefully. More like here.
Very well.
I guess.
Yeah, you could also go diagonal if you wanted to get there.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. As long as you don't as long as the space doesn't like more than half overlap, then you can stand there. I don't have any issue with you standing there.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna use Healing Word on myself.
Okay.
Because we're getting a little low, maybe. And I got 4.
Okay. So you turn, and I'm presuming you're not attempting to be stealthy now. You're just attempting to hurry in a direction. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Not die, maybe.
Then
cool.
a loud thud sounds out, and then some clanking, which isn't. It's not a thaumaturgy loud noise, but it's not the most quiet thing in the world. You are right outside the tent on the opposite side of Lunette. So Lunette, make a con save with disadvantage.
Ooh. 9. That's great.
You do not make enough noise to wake Lunette from her slumber.
No.
Okay.
But healing word is you use healing word, yeah.
Yes, and I got back 4 health, so I'm back to 8.
Yes. So healing word is technically your bonus action, so you still have an action.
Oh.
So you could dash still. You can do all sorts of different things. The only thing you can't do is cast another spell. You can cast a cantrip, but not another spell.
Yeah. You know what? Just for fun, I will use my funky spell and make the ground tremor.
Very well.
That doesn't seem like it would do much, but I think I just want to use it.
Yeah, thaumaturgy to make the ground tremor.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
All right.
Just
Yeah, something like thaumaturgy. I think that will bypass con saves to wake up. For Lunette, for Elizabeth, for Leandro, and for Suliu. Valbella is decently far away, so Valbella's just gonna make a normal con save to see if she wakes up. Not disadvantage, since this is a decently loud thing, or it's a decently significant thing. All of a sudden, the ground.
Oh my
tremor.
god, wait.
What'd you
Can
get?
I get I got a 3, but what if I got birthday inspiration? Because my
it your
birthday was on the 16th.
Is it your birthday today?
No, my birthday was on the 16th.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty close. You know what? Make a persuasion check on me.
true.
Okay.
I'll set the DC in my mind. You make a persuasion check.
Uh,
I wrote it down.
It's funny.
can I get advantage on that persuasion check? 'Cause
No.
it's birthday inspiration, please.
No, but I
I
didn't.
like how
make
you
it.
rolled in that one.
I didn't make it a particularly high one, so you're all
I
good.
got a 3.
All right, no birthday inspiration. Valbella
But
stays
this
asleep.
is the first session after my birthday.
I do it for sessions on birthdays. But
Okay, wait,
This
can we
is
go
so
back to
I gave you an
Friday,
opportunity
then?
because
My
it was-
birthday's gonna be on a Friday.
I gave you a chance because it was so close, but you failed your chance.
So I got a 3
And I got
on
a
my
s-
con
right.
then.
All right, so Valbella stays asleep, but Lunette and Cecilia, you guys awake. So everybody make initiative rolls.
Except for me.
And Valbella, you can make one, and then on each of your turns, you'll repeat this unless somebody does something to specifically wake you up. So we'll just do the init rolls right now, so that you don't have to do them later.
I
9.
got a fucking 3.
Initiative
I got a
rolls
2.
auto-populate now. I don't have to
What
type
does
them
that
in.
mean?
You guys rolled them, and it just went right in.
Nice.
Cool.
Beautiful. I love that.
This
Definitely,
is
I got
this is good.
fucking
fun.
good one.
Good happy moment.
Like, you know,
Oh, the
not
dice
great,
are so mad at me.
not great rolls, but I'm still happy.
The dice are so cold. What the fuck, bro?
I even smacked my bald dad's head twice today.
I think because you did it twice, it canceled each other out.
Yeah, why'd
Damn
you
it.
have to do that?
Yeah, you
I'm
gotta smack it
sorry.
once.
Next time, smack it 3 times. You gotta treat it like
Okay.
it's negative.
Okay. Like a watermelon?
Yeah, you gotta keep smacking it until you like something move, and then you're like, I bet.
Until you
My
like
dad is
give that
lying on
brain damage.
Right.
No, you gotta
My
smack
dad
it
is
until you.
We're
No,
dead.
Until you
Oh,
hear
yeah.
a crack.
No, you have to smack it until you hear the doo 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 from Legend of Zelda. You know.
Oh my god.
You gotta smack it until you hear another hand has touched the beacon.
This is terrible. We should end this conversation very fast.
No, my dad would laugh.
And the session.
Rodney's a funny guy.
He's a
His name is Rodney.
His name is Rodney.
Max, you know what this means?
It's like
His nickname is
Like-
Pork.
oh, that's not like robots.
Okay.
Actually,
So, speaking of the danger you're in,
No, we're ignoring it.
Oh. Guys, if they're hot elves, let me talk.
Oh my
let me talk to
God.
them.
well, I hate to disappoint you.
go to jail.
Oh, they're not hot.
They're not elves. You can decide how hot they are, all on your own. I'm
Okay,
not gonna make
cool.
that decision for
Alright.
you.
Well,
So as the
Okay.
only one outside the tent, Tsutsulu and Lunette, and the NPCs that are in that tent as well, you awake to the sound of some rumbling, as well as the earth kind of shaking beneath you, but you have no clue what's going on, as you're still inside your tent and only know that there is some sort of earthquake occurring. That is the only context you have, so consider that.
Can I murmur Lunette?
Oh yeah.
Ring, ring,
Oh yeah, I
ring,
wanted
ring.
to ask, would the time that we were asleep count as a short rest for the purpose of arcane recovery?
Short rest, yes. Since you
Yes.
guys also chilled after you sat down and all that, so yeah. I'll let you
Anyway,
short
yeah,
rest
high sweat.
for the purpose of that, at least. It's
Like,
not.
should we check them out?
Yeah, it's not quite your turn yet.
No.
So, Ezekiel, as you sort of hunker down to the side of the tent, and then healed yourself, and then caused these tremors that have woken some of your party up and alerted them that something's going on, though they're not quite sure what. You who are still outside of the tent, see over the side of one of the dunes, one of the kind of taller ones, you see at first just a dark shape that then runs towards you.
oh gosh.
Oh my god, that's a hyena person.
Oh my god, to make it Max Nicole.
Not hot.
It's sort of hunched over and moving quite quickly along the sand, clearly quite used to this. And it carries a spear in one of its hands, and it is making a dead beeline right at you.
Isn't there like a name for this specific? What is it? It's like
Oh,
They're-
it's just really fast.
They are gnolls.
Jesus.
gnolls. Yeah, they're specifically
Oh.
hyenas, which I find really interesting.
Yeah,
because what the
I'm
hell
gonna
does
be
the word?
honest. My friends, the first ever D&D thing I ever did, my friend's character was Null, and I'm pretty sure one of this exact art was one of the references for his character.
That's pretty good. So, as this gnoll approaches you, it attempts to stab you with its spear. So it's going to make an attack roll.
Oh.
That was a 2. It does not hit you. Well, 2 then modifier, but you know, doesn't hit anyway.
Okay.
It's not being a 13.
Is it? Wait, but it's like right there, right? So I could use like inflict wounds.
Yes, it runs right up to you and attempts to stab you with its spear. But you manage to just sort of sidestep, and it just glances off the side of your armor instead, and only hits the air. And you take no damage from it. But this gnoll is sort of almost foaming at the mouth, just glaring at you.
He has rabies.
No.
He
Its
has
eyes
the
are sort
egg.
of
Fun.
beady and bloodshot. But
Oh my god, he's on drugs.
we
And
actually roll.
rabies.
We actually roll around to your turn again, Ezekiel.
Yeah, I assumed. Yeah, so I'm gonna use my inflict wounds.
All right.
Which I got 15. No, yeah, maybe. Yeah, 15.
15 on your to hit. That
Yes.
will actually hit.
And 18 for
The gnoll kind of started to move out of the way, but you managed to touch his side as he attempted to dodge whatever you were doing. But you managed to make contact, and you see these slashes sort of open up all across his chest and shoulders as it kind of howls in pain. That was 18.
Yes.
All right. So you see it sort of drip blood all over the sand in the darkness here. Now
Oh
breathing.
he's gonna get my clothes dirty again, and I just cleaned them.
Now breathing.
I
Really,
just cleaned them.
now breathing really hard, but still alive. Is there anything else you want to do, Ezekiel?
Can I like shout for my teammates?
Yes.
maybe?
Yeah. You can talk. You can talk.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna like generally like call out, I guess.
Yeah, so talking on your turn is free. I would usually ask you to specify. If you don't, I'll just ask you. If you're like whispering or if you're yelling, because that can sometimes affect
Yeah.
the enemy's behavior as well. So I would just need to know: are you like shouting this at the top of your lungs, or are you trying to whisper it to somebody? But I presume
No,
you're probably
yeah,
yelling.
like I'm like yelling. I'm like, hey
Alright.
guys, get out here. But like, yep.
Okay. Then Valbella, you can repeat your con save right now to wake up.
Oh, I'm unmuted.
Oh, well, Bill
I
is
went
just
to go-
thinking so hard right now.
Yeah. Oh no, I got an 18.
All right. Then you wake
Oh,
up
Bella is
and
asleep in real life.
you got an 18.
Yeah, I got an 18.
Okay. Then you're now awake and can do normal stuff on your turn. You don't have to. You
Cool.
don't have to make your save on your turn. Ezekiel bypass that for you
You're welcome.
by alerting you. So you're not quite sure what's going on, but you know that something bad is happening, as you're still tucked away inside your tent. All right.
Okay, I am assuming not my turn.
No, it's not your turn, but it will eventually be your turn, and so I just wanted to make sure you're aware that
Okay.
you can take your turn as normal.
Swag.
All right. Then also sort of breaching the top of that same dune that this one ran down from, Ezekiel, you see another knoll sort of make its way up over the top of the dune and kind of perch right at the top of it. And from this distance, you can now see it pretty clearly. It's wearing something kind of slightly different than the others, and it's carrying a bow.
Hmm.
And it knocks an arrow and fires it at you. So let's make another attack roll. That one will hit. So another arrow strikes you. This time for 5 piercing. As you now have another arrow lodged. This time it found a gap in the armor on your side.
Running out of gaps, Ezzy.
And
Yeah,
And
I
this
also
one-
have that, one gap from the elephant. That's also there. But that's a gap in my body, not the armor.
yeah, correct. The game didn't really do much healing after that whole event.
It was not important.
So that knoll, after loosing an arrow at you, will just stay perched up on the top of the crest of that dune there, and just begin to knock another one, but will not do that during its turn. So, Tsutsuriyu, you are rudely awoken by the ground beneath you shaking. And as you sort of begin to pull yourself out of slumber and kind of rub your eyes to wake up, you hear Ezekiel shout again, just vaguely to no one from outside the tent, to wake up, or to get out here, I think was your words.
Yeah.
So with that context, what do you do, Cecilia?
Okay. Have a few questions. Actually, just like, if I wanted to give someone something, would that be an action?
It would depend on how complex the thing was. Typically, I would just allow you to pass somebody something for free. But it depends on sort of what you're trying to pass.
Okay, because
If it's something you're already holding in your hand, that's really easy to do.
I wanted to give Leandra one of my daggers.
Okay. I
But
would
have
say
it in my...
since it's probably not on you right now, as you just woke up, I'd say you probably have to pull it out. So I would say that use an action in this specific case. If you were holding it, you could just toss it to him. But in this case, I would say that would use an action. If you wanted to just yell at him to grab a dagger from your bag, that'd be free.
Okay. I think I might do that because I have my weapon on me, so I don't necessarily need my melee weapons. Because he doesn't take the lantern off when he's in bed usually. He
Yeah,
rolls on
yeah.
it in the middle of the night and stabs his ass.
Yeah,
He's
you
like,
probably
"Jesus."
just leave the lantern next to you as you sleep.
Yeah.
So it's right there, and picking that up would be pretty easy. So you could just shout at him to grab something from your bag.
Okay. Well, I was actually gonna whisper it to him.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I was just gonna tell him to just stay inside and get a dagger out of my bag, and then
Yeah, he
I'm gonna
nods.
move.
He nods. He doesn't say anything. He just kind of nods with your instruction.
Where? I'm not snap. What help? I want to go diagonally, right? That's a thing.
Yeah, of course. Everybody else's, you're not allowed to.
Yeah.
It's just me. Okay, I'm gonna go there. Or I could just go like. I could just go across.
Yeah.
I'm just
yeah.
gonna do that.
Yeah, because this is like sort of a string along the tent that's kind of moving diagonally, so you just duck under it as you make your way past it.
Yeah, because I don't want to be.
All right, from that perspective, what's your dark vision like? You got it?
I
Yes, you
also
do.
have dark.
Very well. Then as you round the side of the tent, you see Ezekiel kind of with his back to the tent, face to face with a rather bloody and wounded looking gnoll with its kind of jaws caked in blood. And then further past him, perched up on top of the crest of a sand dune in the distance, you see the dark shape of another gnoll with a bow.
Okay. Thinking really hard right now.
Yeah, no worries. I won't rush you.
Okay, this is not really hypothetical, but how bad does Ezekiel look?
Ezekiel, as you round the side of the tent, Ezekiel looks just as bad as the gnoll. He's got
I'm in great
Ezekiel
health.
Ezekiel has 2 arrows sticking out of him, which are dripping blood onto the sand, and does not look in particularly good shape.
I don't know which one to go for.
Can you go for the one directly next
Yeah,
to me?
because like I wanted to go for that one, but then I was thinking the ranged one could still hit you. So I don't know. I guess I would try to deal with this one. Let me look at my spells. Which ones suck at not close range, or don't suck at close? Yep, that's what I meant. Assuming that the ones that have a really big range on them, I would have disadvantage casting close range at, because I know Eldritch Blast.
The only time that spellcasting changes is if they are right up next to you. 5
Oh,
feet.
okay. Okay, well then never mind.
It's like basically if somebody's standing right up in your face, like someone with a sword and shield, and they're attacking you, that's when it's a little bit harder to get range stuff off. But otherwise, where you're standing, nothing will impede attacking either of these two, as long as they're within your range. Unless you're doing some sort of AoE thing and think you're going to get Ezekiel in it. Like a cone attack would definitely hit Ezekiel too from here. But if you're just casting a single target, if you're just casting some sort of single target thing, you have no issue hitting either of these two with just standard rolls.
Just in case you haven't noticed, I probably would not survive a little bit of a hit.
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna try to hit this with Eldritch Blast, the closer one, with Eldritch Blast.
Very well, go ahead.
That is a 17 to hit.
Yes, that will hit.
Epic. And then that's gonna do... Oh, max damage! Let's go! 10 damage, and then plus the 2, so 12.
Very well. So, Ezekiel, as this gnoll kind of stands, even though they're hunched over, they're still pretty burly and rather tall. So as this one kind of stands slightly over you, with its spear ready to attack you again, suddenly out of the corner of your eye, a bolt of purple and red light smashes into the side of this gnoll. And with a sort of a fizzle of flame and ember, knocks the gnoll to the side, and it sort of writhes around on the ground on fire from Yushila's additional magic, and then stops moving.
Bagger tweet. This is great.
Man, bloodlust making me hallucinate arrows now. crazy.
Dang.
Cecilia, you've used your movement and your action, so
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna.
basically all you're able to do. But
Yeah, I
always ask.
could talk to Lunette, I guess.
Yeah, you could add more context to what's going on for anyone that you're shouting to, I guess.
Yeah, I'll use the murmuring to tell Lunette that there's enemies outside.
Yeah, for sure. It doesn't add anything additional for using it in combat.
Yeah.
It's the same as talking.
Okie doke. Alright, yep, that's it.
Alright. Actually, let's we're about halfway. Let's split up some of these people, just so that I'm not moving them all at the same time. Let's split up your NPC allies a little bit. Let's let Pancake move now because we're halfway through. So Pancake moves after Cecilia. Remind me. Pancake will see that there is danger and do what Pancake does. Leave.
Pancake is the only smart one in this campaign.
Since Pancake was around since the beginning of this, Pancake will move faster than the others. The others will move at the end of the turn order, as usual. But just to split things up, Pancake, since Pancake did witness Ezekiel get attacked, Pancake will move faster than the others. Alright. So, moving on. We will bring in... over the side of one of the... sand dunes. So off in the distance, Cecilia and Ezekiel, you see a tall sand dune where that one is perched up, and then off to the right of it, to the side of it, you see another knoll round the corner.
Oh my god.
Appearing out to the side of this dune here, and it's going to sprint towards you, but not make it much further than that. Which brings us to Lunette's turn.
Fantastic. Alright. Yeah, I can get about here.
Alright, so as you round the side of the tent, you see a knoll in full sprint towards Cecilia, carrying a spear in one of its hands. As well as out of the corner of your eye, you can see... Actually, you don't have dark vision. You can't see nothing.
Oh no, I can't see
Yeah.
that one. Oh no.
That one's not there.
God damn it. I need a spotter up in here. Well, in that case, I guess since this is the only one I see, let's see. A 15-foot cube on Thunderwave from here wouldn't hit it. It wouldn't hit Soots or Ezekiel, right?
No, likely not. As long as you aimed it the right way. I won't
Alright,
bother
then,
measuring.
yeah,
I don't think it would.
I'm gonna step up and I'm gonna do first level Thunderwave at this guy,
All right.
which is Con 13.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. All right, perfect. That's a success at a 17.
Okay, that's half damage. Ooh, but it was a good roll this time. It's 7 damage.
Hang on, let me need to notate for myself which one this is. Perfect. Okay. Sorry, what was it? 7?
7, yeah.
Very well. You see it kind of as it was charging, it sort of stumbles a couple steps back from the sudden crack of thunder that hits it, and then it immediately kind of levels its head again and resumes its charge, shrugging off the damage. Anything else?
Alright, come on, Katsu. And that's all.
Very well. Then next. Another knoll carrying a bow crests the top of the dune and knocks an arrow. At Ezekiel.
Oh.
That
Obsessed for
was
real.
that was a
Somebody should have spotted him for me.
15 to hit,
Cool.
and that will be. Oh, what's your modifier again? Hang on. It'll be 4 piercing.
Oh, I have some good news.
So as this knoll rounds the top of the dune and fires another arrow, you see it sail through the air quickly. Cecilia and Lunette, you see it. Well, I guess Lunette, you don't see it where it started, but you see all of a sudden Ezekiel collapse as another arrow buries itself in his chest. So Ezekiel, you will be making death saves on your turns unless they heal you.
Hey guys.
As you hear a gurgle of blood and Ezekiel collapses. But that's the end of that Noel Archer's turn. So the next thing to occur is another Noel Skulker will sort of round the side towards you. Also carrying a spear. Let me just notate who you are. You are perfect. There we go. Alrighty. But he doesn't get much further than that, so it will end its turn there. Which brings us to Valbella. Now, Valbella, you were awoken by a combination of some tremors and then Ezekiel shouting out, but you don't have much more context than that, only that you were told to get out here. What do you do? Are you muted?
Bro, Dad.
Oh.
Oh, she moved to
Actually,
AFK.
not.
Apparently, what Valbella does is drop out of existence.
Valbella said,
Well,
bye.
yeah.
Well,
It was actually Valbella who died.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Okay. Is Valbella aware that Valbella is in AFK?
Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
It's your turn, bitch. Get ready.
God.
You got moved to the AFK channel, so I wasn't sure how much of what you heard. I don't know when you got moved.
I'm so sorry.
That's
I
perfectly fine.
definitely
Okay, it was only like 5 seconds.
Yeah, it was like 5 seconds ago. It's your
Okay.
turn, but basically, to re-summarize, some tremors occurred, which you kind of slept through, and then you heard Ezekiel shout out to get out here, but that is all the context you have as of now.
so perfect, just real
you're-
life.
You are awake in your tent, but that's it.
So why is there a big red X over Ezekiel?
Ezekiel got hit by
so
3
good
arrows
news.
and dropped.
Yeah, he's dead.
Well,
Did
he's
he?
downed.
making
Okay,
death
cool.
saves. Yes.
Technically
There's no good unconscious that making death saves signifier, and that scares people, so I use that one. So
Can I-
you pull yourself out of your tent, and come face to face with Pancake, who is making his way away from Lunette and Tsutsulu. You can see in the distance. You do not have dark vision, so you cannot see much further past that.
Wait, does
And if
Soot
I-
not have it either? Oh no, Valbella does.
Valbella
I
does not
don't.
have it.
Yeah.
Lunette and Valbella do not have dark vision. The rest of you can.
Fuck, I can't.
So you just kind of
hit them
vaguely
from
in the
this
distance,
far.
you can see shapes that look like Lunette and Cecilio from the dwindling fire. But other than that, you cannot see what they are looking at. Though they do appear to be holding their weapons in their hands. They're look like they're focused on something.
Can I see Ezekiel's body?
No, Ezekiel is lying down against the tent, so you cannot see Ezekiel.
Okay.
You can just sort of see
Oh my
the dim light of Cecilia's lantern, but that's about it.
It's time like these where I really wish I had barbarian. Anyway, I'll go here. Can't make that 5-foot difference.
Right. So you sort of, as Pancake runs past you, you move to the side and approach Lunette and Cecilia. Now, as you approach, you can see in the dim light these snarling, hunched over gnolls, as well as the corpse of one of them, and then what looks to be vaguely Ezekiel shaped, collapsed on the ground with silver arrows sticking out of him. What do you do now?
Whose turn is it?
It's still your turn. You just moved.
Oh, that's right. But I can't really. I mean, I could spell them.
You can now see a lot better because you're closer. Because I often forget that Cecilia is in fact carrying a lantern. But now that you're closer, you can see what's going on.
Well, I can't move anymore, so
Correct, yeah.
that's out of the question. I can't smack them. I could improvise a weapon and throw my morning star at one of them, but that wouldn't go really well.
Perhaps not. I guess it is an option.
And they probably have good strength. I can't reach Ezzy. So let's ensnaring strike them, I guess.
Well,
Right.
ensnaring strike is a bonus action that activates for your next thing.
Oh.
If you remember, it's
No,
totally
I
usable.
don't.
It's usable during this turn for sure. It's just a bonus action, so yeah, you can use it.
So,
but it basically applies that to your weapon, and then the next time you attack something, that will come into effect.
right.
Ensnaring strike.
Actually, hold
As
on.
long as you keep your concentration up, it stays until you land your next attack.
Right, but what if I... Damn it, why is that so small? I feel like I should get more for that.
For what?
Just thinking, Nature's Wrath, I think the range on it's really small. I can't really do anything. Fuck.
I mean, you
Maybe.
just walked. You didn't use more than your 30 feet, so you haven't dashed. You have an action, so you can cast a spell that uses an action.
No, I know, but I don't really have any, like...
I guess I don't know how many spell slots you have left, so don't go by me.
I have 2. I just mean, like, I don't have anything that can really help right now.
I mean, you have bless. The
I
best
know.
spell in all of D&D.
I know, but it doesn't really help Ezekiel.
Not immediately, no.
No, okay. I mean, I'll use that, I suppose.
All right. On which 3 creatures? You get to pick. I think.
Can I cast it on a body? On a corpse?
Everybody's in range. Yeah, Ezekiel is unconscious, so there's really no reason why you couldn't cast it on
Yeah.
Ezekiel.
Would it help him with his death saving throws?
It helps on making attack rolls or making saving throws. So no, it wouldn't help with the death saves, but if Ezekiel woke back up, it would help him be more accurate.
All right, so I'll give it on these 3 dumbasses.
On Ezekiel?
Ezekiel, Luna, and Suits.
Very well. Because you can cast it on yourself.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure you know you can. That's
Yeah.
what we use for bless. Alrighty. Now. Alright, then you bless the 3 of them, and you see sort of a vague glow appear around them, and then fade. As
Nice.
you have now blessed the 3 of them. So, Presuming that is the end of your turn. Let's move some NPCs around. Alhalla sort of peeks out of the tent, not really sure what's going on. You sort of woke her up with your rattling around, Valbella. And then Leandro will sort of root around in Cecilia's bags, as you mentioned, grab a dagger, and then just kind of make his way to the entrance of the tent, but not really sure if you want him to approach or not. And he whispers to Elizabeth to just kind of stay put. And she kind of keeps down, not really attracting any attention, so she stays within the tent as well. Alright, so. that's just, okay, that actually, hang on. That's actual good RP. That's like next level method acting. So I have to add that to the good RP count. Okay, so rolling back around, we reach this first gnoll that attacked, which is now dead. So we roll to Ezekiel. So make a death saving throw for me. It's just a D20.
Cool.
And then you first one to 3 on either end.
Hold on.
There might actually be an option. I forget if they added one. There might be an option to do it on your character sheet.
I was looking, but I don't think there is. It's just a D20. Yeah.
Let me take a peek.
Cool. Oh, 17.
All right. So a 17 is 1 success.
Yeah.
So you can see those little dots just fill in 1 success, so you can keep track of them. And basically,
Cool.
just the first one to get to 3, that's what happens. If you make it to 3 successes, you stabilize, though you don't wake up. If you make it to 3 deaths, then you are gone for good. Unless they use Revivify, which none of them have. Now, there are things that can worsen that for you. You can auto-fail them if something starts attacking you. Things like that. So if somebody's just wailing on on an unconscious person, they will be quickly using up all of your failures, basically. So you have to be careful with particularly vicious enemies. I often use specific little traits for certain enemies where if they're ruthless enemies, they will actually prioritize killing downed enemies. But these ones are not particularly that. Most enemies are not ruthless. So that is how you use your turn, Ezekiel. You succeed 1 death save, so the rest of you kind of hear a little cough. Ezekiel is still holding on. And then we roll back around to the gnoll that fired the first arrow. I was going to kind of move a little bit closer to get a better vantage point. And then let's see what kind of ranges we're dealing with here. Alright, we're all good. Alrighty. He knocks another arrow and looses it at Lunette. Alright.
I grab it out of the air.
A 19 will hit you.
Oh.
Grab it in the air. I mean, if you're a monk,
Yeah,
that would be a
certainly
possibility.
will.
That's a thing that monks can do. Unironically, yeah, that is a thing they
I
can do.
subclassed into monk.
The best is the missile catch return fire, when you catch something and then throw it back. That's the most satisfying monk thing. Alright, so Lunette, that arrow embeds itself into you for 6 piercing.
Oh.
Jeez.
But it's going to hang back and continue in its little sniper nest on top of the dune there. Not going to move around any more than that. So it is now Sutsulia's turn.
The spell clap.
Sorry,
casters
I had
are so
to-
close.
Get my phone. Okay. This is great. We're having a great So I am going to try to attack this one up here, I think. Because the ranged guys seem annoying, and also I can deal with that. So
Alright.
I'm gonna try to cast, let me look at my spells, see if there's anything fun. Yeah, I'll cast Firebolt at the guy, sure, why not?
Firebolt? Very well.
Yeah. Set his ass on fire. What does Bless do for me?
So any spell that has that spell attack or any attack roll that you're making with a melee weapon is blessed basically. So what that does for you is when you roll to hit, not your damage, when you roll to hit, it adds a d4. So you roll a d4 just without any modifier, and then add that to your to hit roll. So it makes you more accurate basically.
Okay, so I got a 15 to hit, and then I guess I will add the just for
then
fun.
roll a d4 and add that. You might as
The
well.
D4. So, 6.
All right. So that does hit. You're aiming at this one, yeah.
Yes. And then that's gonna do 8 damage. That's with the Yushala modifier.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So you send a bolt of light, of flame, through the air, and the rest of you kind of see it. Lunette and Valbella, you see Tsulu aim at something that's like not there for you guys, and fire this bolt of flame off into the darkness towards the top of this sand dune. And then as it kind of hits something, you see just the vague shape of something up there, and then the bolt vanishes and it's back to darkness up there. But you can now tell that there's at least something up there, though you're not sure where it is. And the best part of Bless is it doesn't go away as long as Valbella keeps it up. So it's not like Bardic Inspiration where you just use it once, it just stays there. That's why it's a great spell. So if that is all, Cecilia.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do.
Alright, the Knoll friend here is going to run up to you and stab you with its spear if it can.
Oh no.
An 11 is your AC, right? I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Then yes, that will hit you. At a
God damn
at
it.
a 13. What's the spear
Great.
dice? Right. Okay. Perfect. Not a great damage roll, friend. So that will deal. That'll deal 4 piercing, as it just sort of nicks you in the side with its spear, but does not sink it too deep.
Got it.
And that will be all it does. Which brings us to Lunette's turn.
Okay. Now, you said that we saw like a vague figure up on the cliff. I doubt I'd be able to use something like Ice Knife on them, but since Shatter is such a big area of effect, could I try to like vaguely plant it where I saw the firebolt go?
I would say, let me double check the wording of Shatter. I'm going to lean on the side of no. Unless there's something that says more specifically there. I'm going to say no, just because it'd be hard to pinpoint the exact distance for that.
Okay.
So I'll say no. You do know that it exists, but you just saw sort of a flicker in the darkness, so not enough to target it, but enough to know that it exists.
Okay. So, do you think you have the archers handled?
For the most part. Probably.
Alright. And I'm just gonna settle for shock and grasping this guy right here.
Okay. Yeah, they're not wearing any sort of metal armor. The ones in the distance, they are, but you can't really see that.
17.
17 will hit, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Big money, no less. Ah, 1 damage.
That's rough. But damage is still damage. So let me note that. This guy, what were you? Okay, good. All right. Yeah, you tried a shocking grasp, but you only really shocking pinky finger, I guess. Only managed to just kind of graze him, and it jolts along, and kind of you see a slight little burn where your finger touched it. But other than that, it doesn't cause much more damage.
Damn.
But you did hit with it, so it's got the little lightning bolt on it, yeah.
What a shame I can't really. I don't have very many better options of where to go. Well, no, I'm not gonna human shield, so that's my turn.
Very well.
That is actually so mean.
No, I said I wouldn't.
The fact that you thought of it. Is-
Well,
You've thought of a lot worse. Let's be honest with ourselves.
yeah.
See, I gave you the benefit of the doubt, and I thought you were going to be a human shield force, so I thought that's what you're talking about. But I see now I was mistaken. What a fool.
Lunette's only neutral. She's not that nice.
In the distance, an archer knocks another arrow, and this time we'll fire it at Lunette.
Oh.
Can I yank her back?
No, but the arrow doesn't hit.
Oh, thank God.
So sort of at your feet, Valbella, almost, an arrow hits the sand and lodges itself in there. So there's definitely something out there firing arrows at you, but their exact locations you're not really sure.
I take the arrow.
going
I
to-
divine smite it, and
gonna
I
kinda-
jam it into the knoll's neck.
It's going to pivot a little bit along the dune and kind of find a new location to fire from. And that is it for its turn. Which brings us to this knoll here.
That knoll.
Just going to
Yeah,
charge
come here,
Valbella
bestie.
and attempt to
Come
stab you with its spear.
I want
But
you
it
to.
also does not succeed. Rolled a 5. So it just glances off your shield. You manage to get your shield in the way. And do not take any damage. Which will
Good.
end its turn and pass us to your turn, Valbella. So this
I'm
knoll
about
just
to-
ran up to you and you successfully parried its blow. What do you do?
I'm about to ruin this man's career.
Do it.
I'm so sleepy.
Well, I guess we can stop if you guys want to pick up this
Nope.
combat. We are over time already, so if you are exhausted,
No. I'm
Oh, we
gonna.
don't- I would like to be done by 10:30, just because I
Yeah,
have
same.
homework.
we'll use 10:30 as the hard cutoff. If this goes past that,
Yeah.
we'll use that as a hard cutoff, and we'll just put a pin in it until next time. I was letting it go over time just because with Christmas we'll probably be more busy, so I'll have to cancel some sessions.
Yeah.
So I wanted to finish this up. But we'll use that. Thanks for letting me know. We'll use 10:30 as the hard cutoff. Okay,
Heck.
continue, Valbella.
You're all good. So, I'm gonna grab my morning star, my Valbella
Yeah,
sized
don't sell
morning
yourself
star.
short. It's massive.
It's
the size
fucking
of
huge,
Sicilia.
bestie. Yeah. And in just one swift movement, I am going to, much like a baseball bat, swing this fucking thing and aim straight for the head of the knoll. I'm gonna divine smite it because I already used the spell slot, so let's
Very
fucking
well.
go for it. All right. Okay.
Yeah, it would technically occur after. So if you don't hit, you don't have to use the spell slot.
16.
Yeah, you do hit.
Oh, baby.
Alright, so compound all that damage and give me the final number.
Alright, let's do 6. Okay, so that's a 10 on that one. Fuck, why don't I remember what this does ever? to deal 2d8 extra. So let's do roll. That's 17.
17 total?
Do I get
Or
any
was that
pluses?
Or is that the second one?
No, I'm hold on.
You adding it?
Yeah, I'm trying to make sure I don't have any modifiers for the divine smite, but I don't. So
No,
it's
there's
yeah,
no
it's
reason
just
to.
a yeah.
Total
So
17?
there's just straight up 17.
Alright. You are. Okay. Alright. Then with one swift strike, you sort of bash it to the side of its head as it snarls at you. And as you smash into it, it's just sort of enveloped in this divine light that burns at it as you smite it. And it sort of yelps and cries out from the pain. And then as the light subsides, the gnoll is still standing, though covered in burns and with a large bleeding injury on the side of its head.
Having that spell is dangerous.
So it is still alive, though it is thoroughly battered now.
Are you afraid yet? I yawn immediately after I say that.
The gnoll just snarls at you as though it does not know the meaning of fear.
I kick it, dick. You know.
Presuming that is all. Well,
Yeah. Yerp.
very well. Then we roll back around to Deadfellow.
I throw my morning star in its face.
Who's not going to do anything. And then Ezekiel, so make another death save from you, Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Please pass it. I will cry if you do not.
Hey.
Alright. 2 successes.
Yay!
Woo!
Oh,
Another
Santa.
another soft cough from Ezekiel as he holds on to life.
Not
When
dead
I
yet,
cough,
whores.
does it like permeate from every one of my bones?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like a sponge or something.
Your entire
Like-
body wheezes.
Alright. So you make another success, but you're of course still unconscious, so you're close to stabilizing, but still not really able to do much. So we're going to unfortunately end your turn there. Where I think next in the turn order is this gnoll, who's going to get a better vantage point on you guys by sort of descending the dune so that it can see you better around the side of the tent. And then knock another arrow and fire it at Snake Boy.
I don't deserve that.
Well, it was a
You
15. It was 15 for another. Oh, forget your modifier.
Hurts on the inside. What it does.
It also hurts on the outside for 7 piercing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
As that gnoll fires another arrow and sinks it into your stomach, I suppose.
Great.
But
Epic.
it's now your turn. That gnoll ends its turn.
Okay. Which knoll was it exactly?
This one
Of
just
the
fired.
two?
It sort of
Great.
it slid its way down the dune towards you to get a better vantage point, and then fired another arrow at you.
Is this one still alive?
Yes. It's.
Can
it's
I
kinda,
cast
you see
around it?
You see its head kind of twitch slightly, as it is still stunned by the shocking grasp a little bit. But if you were to cast around it, you'd still be making it with disadvantage. But it is stunned from Lynette's thing, so it can actually make reactions to remind you. So you can retreat freely if you don't want that disadvantage.
Yeah. So if I like backed up one and then tried to cast it. Would
yeah,
that?
then you're free to go. That's the advantage of
Okay.
having somebody with Shocking Grasp, is that it starts to let you move around pretty freely, whereas you would normally be kind of trapping you down.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna back up one, and then set this guy.
All right, so you kind of stand back to get a little bit more distance between the one that's bearing right down on you, and with that extra distance, you're now able to kind of aim a little more accurately past it. And so you fire off another firebolt, I think you said.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then,
And then roll your D4. Still got
I'm
your
still
D4.
blessed.
Yeah, still got your D4.
So.
Actually, well, Valbella should have made a con save, but. Oh, no,
Alright,
she didn't get hit. She didn't get hit. Never mind. She doesn't have to. You're
hoping
right.
this
You're all good.
D4 comes.
Yeah, so your D4.
Okay, I got a 16.
16 will hit.
And that's
So,
gonna do
roll your damage.
7 damage with Yushila's fire.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Okay. So the firebolt hits and then flares up a little bit with Yushila's extra little potency that she gives it, and smolders that knoll, which now kind of has a couple burns across it, looking a little bit rough now. But still hanging on to life, just like Ezekiel.
Yep. Great. I
You
think that's.
you still have movement, but you don't have to use it.
I could. To 5 feet. Could go here, just to go around, so I have more.
Yeah, you good.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
All right.
Wink.
Yeah, so you sort of circle around, taking a step back from the stunned knoll, and circle around the party to get an alternate vantage point on the archers, and you can also see the one directly in front of you, which is badly burned and beaten, but still kind of sparring with Valbella. And if that's the end of your turn,
Yeah.
then as you end your turn, this knoll here is going to attack Lunette with its spear. And that is a 12 on the dot. So meets beats.
Nah.
As it applies to you guys too. You guys get to do meets beats, so they get to too. So let's roll his spear damage. That was a incredibly terrible roll, my friend.
Yes.
So he does 3 piercing.
Okay.
As he only manages to he was aiming right at your stomach, but then you see one of his muscles twitch from the electric shock you gave him, and it moves his spear slightly to the side and just grazes you instead. And now it is your turn.
You know what? If it is broke, don't fix it anyway. I'm gonna shock and grasp it again.
Remind me what's the end on Shocking Grasp? Is it his turn or your turn? I forget. It doesn't really matter in this case, but I just was curious.
Oh, hold on. That's right. I have the description. It's in the tab.
Yeah, I forgot because I was gonna go look at your thing and I'm like, oh yeah, it doesn't show up.
Yeah, it can't take reactions until the start of its next turn.
Its
after it
next
gets
turn? Okay, so that would be
Yeah,
technically
it's-
down now, and then you're gonna put it back if you hit.
Yep.
Very well. Okay, I
So
just
it's-
wanted
yeah,
to.
I also get a +4 on that from Bless too, right? Since it's
You get your D4 to add it to it if it's a spell attack roll, yeah. Like I said, Bless is great. It's just like a passive buff to everybody around you, and it's just over time it compounds. Would you?
That one.
So that's 6 to hit.
So could I? Is that even salvageable with Bless if it's a nat one?
No.
No.
You can still roll it if you really want to, but no. I'll
No.
save you the time. All right. So it manages. It's now ready for that. It manages to kind of duck out of the way as you reach out with an electrified hand to grab it again. It manages to duck out of the way. Is there anything else you want to do?
Ugh, Fanculo. No.
All right. Then this archer here gets a bit of a different vantage point, knocks an arrow, and will fire it at Valbella. Alright, archers. You guys have been good so far. Alrighty. That will be a 22 to hit.
Eat my fucking ass.
Excellent roll, my boy. Good job. Pat on the back. So that will be another... Whew, that was...
Another? Sir, I have not taken damage yet this fight.
You're right. That was 9 piercing. As
Ooh, ow,
this
it hurts.
this arrow finds a gap in your armor. So make a concentration check as well. It's just a con save.
18. 19.
All right. Bless stays up then, and that'll be the end of his turn.
Is it my turn?
Not quite. It is this one's turn.
Oh, okay, perfect.
It's gonna attack you. Again.
Come on, little puppy. Let's go.
But that was an 8, so it misses.
Is it my turn now?
Yes. Now it is your turn.
I'm gonna fucking whack him upside the head again.
Go for it.
21.
That'll hit. Roll your damage.
9.
All right. Then you manage to dodge its spear stab and use the opening to bash it on the side of the head once more. And this one hits with a solid thud and just knocks the gnoll clean off its feet, and it collapses to the ground. Yeah, it's gnolls.
I'm gonna make direct
Gnota
eye
gnoll.
contact.
Gnota
Shut
gnoll.
your mouth. Shut
Gnota-
your nose. Shut
Gnota
your
gnoll.
mouth. Shut your good mouths. Anyway, I'm gonna make direct eye contact with this one and go, "You're fucking next." Thank you. That was all. Wait, no, I can move. I lied.
Yeah, you do have
That's not
movement.
all. I'm moving right here. Right on top of these little fucking rocks.
All right. Then, if that's the end of your turn, back to this one, then back to Ezekiel.
Yes.
So one more death save.
Yay!
All right. So
I'm so lucky.
enter
Those
in,
die are loaded.
enter in that last save. And you are stabilized now, so you no longer have to make those.
Cool.
A little bit of healing could bring you back to your feet, but they're a little occupied at the moment. So you don't have to make those on your following turns, unless anything else bad happens to you.
Oh. Like I stand up, I instantly just get hit by another arrow. Hey guys. Oh.
You stand up and wave at everybody, and just another arrow
like-
from off screen.
Yeah, like I'm about to say something and mid sentence just down again.
Alright, so that will bring us to the end of your turn, which brings us to this gnoll archer, who, seeing you kind of close in, was knocking an arrow to fire it at Lunette, but actually swivels to fire it at you, Valbella, as you close in on the other one. It is 10:30 if we want to hard cut off here. I'm just going to roll the hit, which...
We don't go. Or we go.
it does hit you,
Fuck!
but not a very good roll, so it hits you for 4 piercing.
Oh, that's not the worst.
So we can cut off here if you want.
I do really want to keep going, but I have very pressing calculus homework.
Yeah, it's no issue. We can cut off here. I'll make a couple notes before I wrap everything up, and so that I remember where we are. But we can cut off here. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
I
I'm
do
okay
have to
with
get
that.
up at 5:30 to go to work tomorrow.
Real life comes first. So,
Maybe.
we will cut off here then.
Fantastic. 'cause I have some pulled pork downstairs that's been torturing me.
Ooh,
That's
pulled
been here.
pork.
Alrighty. So we'll hold things here. If you need to leave, I'm gonna do the wrap up. But if you need to leave, feel free to go. I'm not holding you here. If you got things that you got to do, so anybody who wants to leave, feel free to do so at any point. But I'm gonna do the wrap up as I usually do. I'm assuming next week is not gonna work for anybody.
Probably not.
No.
Yeah. No.
I mean, yeah. If nobody else, then yeah.
We
No,
have Gabby's
Phoenix.
party
Yeah,
next
I
week.
was about to say.
Oh, I keep forgetting that that's real. I get.
Okay. Then yeah, we'll say no session next week. And rather than trying to reschedule things around Christmas, we'll just take the week off. As for the week after that, I'm not particularly sure. It'll probably be fine. Since it's kind of after New Year's ish, so it'll probably be fine. But we'll talk about it later. So if you need to leave, go ahead and leave. I'm just gonna do the wrap up. So take care. If you are leaving.
Night, guys.
Night,
Yeah, I'm gonna
night.
bounce. Bye, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah, feel free to leave. Have a good night. Alrighty. So that leaves actually just me. Everybody else left. Lonely skeleton. But that's fine. They're busy, so I would want them to take care of their business. They don't need to stick around with me. Alrighty. I realize this is a little. There we go. Too high. Okay. So, like I said, there will probably be some time taken off around Christmas. At the very least, the Sunday and the Monday after Christmas, maybe the Wednesday too, depending on what I am up to. I'm not sure how this. I'm not sure about this Wednesday on the 22nd. I'm not sure about this Wednesday. I'm going to talk to them soon. But as for tomorrow, I believe we're on and ready to go. So tomorrow will be another Silver Song session at 7 p.m. Eastern. And then, of course, I am going to be on Tavernaut's stream for another session of his little mini campaign. So without further ado, I think I'll wrap up there. Follow my Twitter if you want updates on things. Join our Discord. It's for anybody, not just for players. We got all sorts of channels there if you want to see some nice art and memes and things like that. If you want to learn more about the world, check out the World Anvil. Got lots of information about all the stuff that all the different campaigns take place in the same world. So if you want to learn more about that world, look at that. If you ever miss a session, check out the archive. I upload all the VODs to YouTube that can be found there. So if you ever miss anything, check it out there and you can catch up. Other than that, have a good night and I will see you guys later. If you haven't followed and you're sitting in here, it's 100% free. So feel free to do that. We're trying to get to 100, so it would help out. Other than that, have a good night and I will see everyone tomorrow for another Silver Song stream. Take care. Have a good night.